to all of our women. A woman's beauty is not always seen. It takes special attention if she's the queen. Love and caress her, give her all of you, all that you got. Keep the loving so true. Ain't nothing like the beautiful. What would we do without you? We can't live without them, and we can't live without them. Every man needs one right by his side. Built up from grace, sensitive with emotions. Can't nothing satisfy but some good old devotion. A kind of word every now and then. Keep her on your side. Pay attention, man. Keep your beautiful head up, 'cause you are the backbone to our life. You can take so much more than a man. That's why you take so much from a man. We adore you, put nothing before you. Gotta be thankful 'cause you're around. You. Can't nothing be done without the love you have.
The beauty in a woman, nothing like the beauty in a woman. Nothing like the beauty in a woman. Nothing like the beauty in a woman. Nothing like the beauty in a
Hey, this one goes out to all of my women out there. It's your time to rise. It's your time to shine. You've been put here for a reason. Yes, you have. You are the comfort zone. You make the house a home. Oh, if you've been battered and abused, this one goes out to you, woman. If you're raising your kids alone, stay strong. To all of our sisters, aunties, nieces, mothers, and grandmothers, you be having babies and you be raising our children and you be cooking and cleaning and you be washing and sewing and you be. This one goes out to all of our women. Staying strong. Hold your head up. We love you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I see you, Dawn. Slick J Adams. Good morning. Come on. Come on.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
Good morning.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
This morning.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
Good morning.
You're listening to the book of Dawn. Are you ready for the truth? And nothing but the truth, so help you, Dawn. She's bringing it to you every weekday at 9 in the morning. So if you wanna hear the real, this is what you gotta do. Just log online and listen to Dawn speak her mind. You're listening to the book of Dawn. In the morning, you're listening to the book of Dawn. This morning, you're listening to the book of Dawn. This morning, you're listening to the book of Dawn. You know
morning. Good morning. Good morning, sunshines. Good morning, nephew Ron.
Good morning, TT. Good morning.
Play back.
Reverb.
Good morning, sunshines. Why is it two of me? You took it off. Why is it two?
I got you.
Because I'm double down?
I got
Because I'm about to be double nickel?
I
That's
got
what
you.
You know, it's the countdown. Good morning, sunshines. Good morning, nephew Ron. Good morning, Mary Q.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Candace. Good morning, First Lady Chavez. Good morning, y'all. You are, in my slick voice, you're now tuned in to Sexy Dawn. Actually, she's Sweatsuit Dawn today. But thank you anyway, Slick. Today is good morning, same Dawn, same OG, different page for the culture today. Thank you for tuning in every day at 9:00 something. You know, around here with May said my show starts at 9:00 something. So I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, you guys should watch his show at about 8:45 in the morning and then just start saying, time to say goodbye, and force him out.
You
Could
need
you
some,
do me
some
that?
positive reinforcement.
Could you help me out, please? 8:45 start, and then just keep saying it and keep saying it and keep saying it and tag me, okay? Every day at 9:00 ? Broadcasting live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. I am Dawn Milhouse, your host of the Book of Dawn. I'm using my Mary Q voice. I appreciate you for letting us in your homes, your hearts, your TVs, and all the places you watch us. Thank you so much. April 8th. We're doing it for the culture today. We are going to talk to Trez Pugh, founder and CEO of Sip and Savor Coffee Houses, where community and people meet, community and coffee meet. Oh, that looked like you smoking a joint, bruh. I got nervous. I was like, wait a minute. And we're also going to talk to Samantha Collier, Teal 365. Samantha has a profound story that she's going to share about her journey surviving. It's Teal. It's National Sexual Assault Awareness Month. We talked about that with Gina a little bit, Gina and Darlene on Monday. And so we're going to continue that conversation with her today. Last week in Milwaukee, or I think it was last Friday or Saturday, do you know they turned the whole city teal for her?
That is beautiful.
I cannot wait to
What
see the
an honor.
pictures. Yeah, totally an honor. So we get to talk to her. Both, y'all know I like to do something that will bless our culture in the other way. So I believe the stories of both of these incredible community servants will help us push the culture forward. Mary Q.
Yes.
Do you have some weather?
I do have weather for you.
What's the weather?
You guys, it is a dawn good morning, isn't it? We have made it all the way to Thursday, and we have rain through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Dang. That's a big day.
That's a dang.
That's because we have to grow the earth and get ready for the summer and all of that jazz.
I cannot lie.
It's a good thing.
I was looking for my tulips. They're not up yet, and
Tulips?
I
Those
feel
are the
some
prettiest
prettiest,
flowers.
and you got to see mine, and they're not up yet, so we probably do need a little rain.
Yes.
Yeah, you know I don't.
You said no.
I understand the value of rain, but I don't really like it, especially storms.
I love storms.
My spirit be something.
Really?
Yeah,
It's very
since I
comfort-
was little.
It's very comforting to me.
No, I get edgy. Like I'm
Yeah.
on edge. I think that's probably why I didn't sleep well last night. So if you see these bags under my eyes, just pretend they're Christian Dior. Just pretend they're like a Birkin bag or something, not just the bags. Nah, real talk. I got my second vax shot yesterday, and so I got it on the left arm because the last time I got it in the right arm, and I couldn't put this mug on the steering wheel. So Mr. Milhouse said, "Get it on the other arm." So I was sleeping like this. Yeah, it was rough. And then you wake up at butt crack early to put 15 gallons of gumbo on the stove, and so you get a little sleepy. Hence the coffee.
How can we get this gumbo?
Oh, I'll bring you some tomorrow. You
I'm
coming in
talking
tomorrow?
about the viewers. You talk about
Oh.
your gumbo and
Oh, they can call me. Look, show, SHOLE. Hey,
because the gumbo is good, y'all. It's very good.
thank you, because I don't eat it, so I can't tell them what it tastes. It tastes like gravy to me.
It's amazing.
I don't eat gravy, and I don't eat gumbo, right? But I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Happy birthday. I got some birthdays. Happy birthday to my friend. My friend Michelle's a doctor from Chicago. She married a gentleman in Lagos, Nigeria. They have incredible sons. It is PJ Okacha's birthday. Happy birthday, PJ. Happy birthday to my brother from another mother, Tony Cox. Happy birthday, Glenn Harston. Happy birthday, Carl Ghostin. If the bigs are listening, I bet you they can tell you who Carl Ghostin is. He was cold. Carl Ghostin was one of the coldest basketball players in the city back Loyola when Andre Moore was the first 7-footer over at Loyola. Happy birthday, Carl. Happy birthday, Glenn Gilliam. Happy birthday, Cheryl Upshaw. Cynthia Jernigan, incredibly talented songbird. Happy birthday. And Laura Marie Duda. Happy birthday, y'all. If you did not hear your name, guess what? You did not email me. So, people's on. So, if you want your birthday shout out or your kids, email us. I'm going to say my personal email, and then Mary's probably going to give me the look like I told you to do the Book of Dawn email. The boss. So, for now, Lady Milhouse 1L. Okay? Today is National Empanada Day. Do you know? I know you know. Your Spanish speaker self.
They great
It's
too.
empanada
I love
day.
empanadas.
They're a little
They're
doughy for me.
great.
They're a
No.
little doughy. You like them? Mm-hmm. Do you have a preference? Pork, chicken,
I like beef.
beef?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they're a little doughy for me. But okay. So y'all should go get some empanadas today. Am I saying that with enough?
Yeah, he said.
Say it with a little Spanish twang for me, would you?
Empanada.
Oh, accent on the end. Okay.
Did I get it? Did I get it right?
But nah, he said it all slow.
Panada.
Y'all, when it's time for jokes, I'm gonna get a little frisky. I found some good, dumb, dirty jokes and some clean ones. So I'm gonna set the tone with the word of the day. The word of the day is inosculate. It is spelled INOSCULATE. It is from the late 17th century Latin. It is a verb, pronounced just like it's spelled, inosculate. It means joined by or intertwining, fitting very closely together. And so, kind of like the roots in a tree, right? So I believe we inosculate, us three.
Yeah,
But
I
if-
couldn't do this without y'all.
You trying to make me curse at 9:18 after I just talked about the other cussing saint?
I look forward to Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Me too. One day when I can afford to pay like real wages and give her some real money for her time, I'm gonna be like, can you come here every day? Very cute. She'll be like, nah, B, I got some work to do. She all busy and stuff, writing scripts. Can I still audition?
Yeah, I'm working on something for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we still have that other project. That one we're gonna get paid for together.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like Cootie and Chike, but the Chicago version. Like Dawn and Mary.
I'm down.
Like, like the mother of Jesus in the morning.
The sky is the limit.
Huh.
And that's not even a limit.
Yeah. Hey, listen. You know what inosculate reminds me of? Entanglement. Isn't that kind of like, so you can have an inosculate or an entanglement? Kind of the same, right? That's what I thought. Okay. I told you I was going to be dirty. And I got a lot of jokes for you, so it's sorry. Hey, listen. I promised, and we're going to start this now, and we'll come back after we have our guests, right? The rest of the candy. Mary said, did you say I was going to hell? God was going to be mad at me? Y'all saw the hot tamales. Y'all saw the fun dip. But remember, I was talking to y'all about the eggs. These are the eggs. So I'm going to give these to you, but I want y'all to open them with your picture on the screen. Remember I told you that they made the eggs and the inside looks like a real egg? But it's all edible. This is that egg. It's the Cadbury egg. And the Easter bunnies, the Easter bunnies in the commercial would be hopping around. They would give birth to the chocolate egg.
So is peanut butter in those?
No.
What's inside?
Stuff. I don't know.
Stuff.
I can't see that. We got suckers. Hold on. I got nephew said he liked these nasty little thing, corn nuts.
I used to tell the candy store to put cheese on them.
I'm about to throw up.
Put
That is freaking gross. I got the wine candy, AKA Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Ranchers.
I got the Boston baked beans. I'll say it in my Boston voice. I got the Boston baked beans. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, here's the wine candy. Here's some of the Jolly Rancher.
You gonna pull out the nastiest flavor?
Oh, all black people like grape, don't they?
Yes.
Not
okay.
grape Jolly Ranchers.
Here's the apple. What's this one? This is the Long Boys. Y'all remember these?
Yeah.
I know you do.
Back up your teeth.
Do they get all in your teeth? Okay, hold on. Okay, this is the other good one. Do you remember these little sixlets, these little chocolates?
I did not like those.
I hated those too.
They taste like the malt balls and Whoppers.
Oh,
Hey, don't hate on Whoppers.
at all. What about these pixie sticks?
That's
That's his joint.
That's what you thought
That's
was the joint.
Grab 2 of those real
okay.
quick.
Okay. Let's see. How about these little Smarties?
Yeah.
You eat these and make you smart.
Those come in handy.
I forgot the little Pez. Double Bubble. Got some Double Bubble. Razzles. Remember I was telling y'all about the Razzles and y'all didn't know what the heck I was talking about?
What is this?
It's gum.
Oh, no.
He said, nah. Wait a minute. The Zots. You know the Zot?
It's like Sizzlers in there. It's like sizzle and
Yes.
yeah,
It's a party in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Let's do this.
It's one gum I bet you don't have.
Airheads. I got Airheads for the 90s babies. Late 80s, 90s babies.
I remember the bubble gum with the juice in the inside. The little cherry juice in the inside.
That wasn't bubble gum, it was wax.
That was bubble gum.
That was wax, boy. You just chewed on it. You talking about the little soda pop bottles?
The little circle gum. It was like the little pink gum. When you bite into it, it had like cherry and juice.
I know
in the
what you're
inside.
talking about. It was a small.
Yeah.
No, I can't say that I remember that one. I have Warheads. What about the Warheads?
I remember those.
I got Warheads. I got 9-laters.
Nah, ladies.
Do we have a
had
heater we
9-laters.
can put these on so they
no.
we can have warm 9-laters? Let's see. What else did I remember to bring? The Zots are fire. I just want you to know that. Let's see. What else? Okay, yeah, these are the noun laters.
Hey, Candace said they was called Gushers.
Yeah.
That's probably why I don't like it. I don't even like the name.
Why, you don't like the word gushy?
I don't like it feels gushy right now. Just thinking about it makes me feel gushy. Yeah.
You ever heard some people say they don't like the word moist?
Yeah, my Jay hates it.
You don't. How you feel about that word?
I like
Moist.
what's wrong with moist? She was like, she when I tell you if she was on the line right now, she'd be like, in her.
Oh my gosh, Razzles is not the lick.
You ate the you don't like the razzle? You're not a razzler.
This is a bad aftertaste. This is gum.
Yeah.
I'm trying to chew the gum to stay away from
I
the
forgot
candy.
the Pez. I have to bring the Pez. The Pez are when we were little, we used to eat the Pez and pretend they was birth control pills.
Oh, see.
y'all didn't do that.
No.
Did y'all ever take the double mint gum wrapper and stick it on your teeth and pretend you had braces, or just was that me?
It was a grill. Yes.
Real life. Yeah. Did you do that? Because I surely did it. I was
course.
like, I got braces. I really thought I had braces too. Why?
Braces and birth
Why
control.
did I even want? Yeah, the Pez were. the
Braces and birth control.
The Pez that was my birth control. I promise you, somebody out there on the road to the speed limit was doing the same thing. I was not the only one.
Taking fake birth control?
Yeah, the Pez.
Now, I might have smoked a fake cigarette.
Yeah, the candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
They were so short, but it was okay.
That was also gum.
Yeah, and then the cigars, the candy cigars, right? When you give out when somebody has a baby, they're like pink and blue. Have y'all ever?
I remember those.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah,
Wait, that was a baby thing too?
yeah. Those are like you
Like
give
you'll
them out when
pretend
people don't smoke. They give those out for. So let's all eat a Zot on the air.
All right, you give me
Okay.
one.
Mary Q gonna have to give you.
I think I'm done with this life.
with Candy Life?
Yes.
Right. You can't.
Because,
take these little nasty corn nuts to
Let
him.
me go get my stuff.
Please go get these. I don't even want the corn. Buy me. This is like, if people don't like the word moist, these corn nuts are awful. Do you like these?
They come
They
in
remind
handy.
me of the Halloween candy.
They come
Them
in handy.
what's them things with the orange and yellow and white? That nasty Halloween candy. Candy corn.
Candy corn. That's nothing like a candy corn.
They're awful. Those are awful.
I don't like ranch though.
Well, I just saw the word.
Ranch nothing.
Put some hot sauce, some cheese on it.
What's the other thing you said?
This is really happening.
The Zots.
You see how candy takes over
Get
life.
the Zots. Yeah.
This is nasty.
It's not nasty. I would not steer you wrong. You want a Warhead instead? This is extreme sour. Get a picture of that, guys. Are you going to try the Zots, Mary?
No,
No, nephew, come get the egg now. Come on, get the egg with the stuff in the middle. Hold on. Get the stuff. And so, Tucson, I know you're watching. I know you're watching, Tucson. So this is the rest of the candy that I promised you. I'm going to take these to the crib, though.
Cream egg. I don't know about this Cadbury.
You don't know about the Cadbury egg.
Nah.
Can I just tell you, in my head all night, I heard the Baby Alive commercial. Baby Alive, soft and sweet. She can sleep. She can eat. All night, I heard it. I was like,
That sounds
okay,
like
Baby
a
Alive.
Chucky theme song. That sounds scary.
Yeah, no, that was the commercial. Y'all put me in. I'm still trying to figure out who. I gotta talk to Ron. I gotta talk to Lil Ron. You Ron. I gotta talk to Lil Ron because the fact that you don't know what venture is, just my soul is just
Ventures.
Yeah, no, venture. Chicago speak. You said venture. We put an S on everything. I put an S on everything. Okay, you got us on the screen. So when we get ready
these Zots ain't doing it for me.
wait, you.
The way he said it though. these Zots ain't doing it for
It's
me.
supposed to be sour like that?
Yeah. You were supposed to eat it all at once. It's so good. Oh, I gotta bring the Pop Rocks too. They don't really pop like they used to, but it's cool. Are you gonna eat yours?
No, I'm not. I had the double bubble. I forget how
Look.
horrible double bubble actually is. You can only chew double bubble for like 2 seconds. And then the Razzles taste
All
like
that
some
stuff coming
medicine.
out, fizzling out of it. Nope. It's that candy you use to trick kids so they don't act for nothing else.
No.
Let me tell you.
I like this candy.
We are eating candy at...
Y'all don't like this candy?
I don't like this Razzle. This Razzles.
A little razzle dazzle.
A little razzle.
Razzles, then it's gum.
These could be birth control pills too.
What?
These right here.
The Smarties? Mm-hmm. I can't believe you were somewhere taking birth control pills.
At 5.
At 5. Your future was lit. No.
When my granny mommy lived on Orleans, we used to go in the basement, take all the old, Miss Ida Mae's was the candy store on Orleans. It's big and littles right now. We used to get candy.
Get your life together.
Because the
It's
sour's
all up in
making
your
my
teeth. It's all up.
The sour's making my ear itch.
You smacking.
Look, it's super sour.
Which one? Let me
Which
see.
one?
What is that?
The Zots.
Let me try the Zots.
Prepared.
You know what? I'm in animal-free April, and I don't think that this is a part of that.
I'm sorry.
It's not an animal, but I
I'm
just
sure
don't think.
there's a bug dye in it or something. Make color. Does animal free count for does bug dye? So y'all can't eat.
Bug dye?
You know, like the color red is bug dye. Did y'all not know?
Like it come from bugs? What you mean bug dye?
Look at it. Did you?
It's too early.
Wait, did
Too
you?
early.
Yeah, it does. It's bug dye. You didn't know that? I'm in tears. Did you see how big his eyes got? Yeah, it is bug dye.
Nah, we ain't doing that one.
Any food that is red has bug dye in it.
Okay.
You're gonna avoid them.
Okay. Are you eating the Zots? Oh gosh, it's too early for this. I can't make this up. We gonna take a break.
Let's break.
Take a break. Come back. Somebody help Neppy. He just had a little heart attack because he loved cherry chance. He ate all kind of bugs. That's the Book of Dawn. We'll be right back.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at The Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at The Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. 'Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on. Why you gotta look so good, good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that grown on, girl. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. 'Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. Good. It's something about you when you put your grown on. Oh, when you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so
The grown. Girl, you know you be killing it when you get in your grown woman on. Favorite line. I'm going to ask him to sing that live tomorrow. Slick J. Adams. Interview tomorrow. Y'all get to meet the man behind the theme song and all the other music I just adore. Welcome back. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn.
Yeah, he got to do that one live.
I'm telling you, broadcasting live from the What's in It for the Black People media, and I will tell you what's in it for the Black people. That is me, Bretta, Trez V. Pugh III. Happy Thursday, Trez.
Happy Thursday, Princess. How are you?
Good morning, sunshine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I can. Good morning, Trez. How are you?
Everything is love, princess. Everything is LOVE.
Amen. Hey, Trez, I am so excited. Let me move the Starbucks cup first.
No, I already saw it. It's too late now. And I seen your guest, whoever the other young lady was. I was like trolling. I seen hers too.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's get this party started.
Let's get it cracking. Hey, listen, y'all. Trez Pugh is the founder and CEO of Sip and Savor Incorporated. The Savor Hospitality Group. His company owns and runs high-end coffee houses in the Chicagoland area, and now a new partnership in the south suburb of Matteson. They had their grand opening last weekend. Trez, though's journey to coffee did not, other than having a love for it, did not start there. He worked for 38 years for the United States government. His last 20 years of employ were with the as a federal law enforcement officer. But his heart has always been to make certain that he touches the community with disabled veterans, recovering addicts, and homelessness. Trez is the pride of Chicago, as many open stores and have storied careers and retire with means, leave their community. Trez stayed right in Inglewood and lives in Inglewood to this day to make certain that he can help build the community around him instead of leaving the community. With a Bachelor of Science degree in Information and Decision Sciences and a minor in econ from the University of Illinois at Chicago, his career began at the Social Security Office. Say that real fast, like 19 times. After he rose through the rank, he decided that he wanted to take his love for coffee and create a space where community and coffee meet. And that, I think that's the dopest tagline ever, because it really is a conversation. It's sip and savor is not a go and get your coffee, leave out. It's actually the people become family. The baristas, Trez and his wife, and the people that you meet there. A lot of community business and community action is done right in Sip and Savor. And so, Trez, thank you for agreeing, even though you were busy and I was all in your ear. Thank you for agreeing to join us. I asked you to be here today because we do For the Culture on Thursdays, and what you're doing is the epitome of how to help our culture. And so can you share with us what made you decide to retire, to put everything into making Sip and Savor? Where was that idea born?
It's a lot to unpack there. Well, first of all, thanks for allowing me to be on here. I've been begging you to get on for the longest, and you finally afforded me this opportunity. So,
He lying, y'all.
So, I was real big into real estate back in the day while I was a federal agent, and I was approached by some friends who wanted to do a coffee house. I never really drank coffee, so I didn't understand it that much, but I did understand that it was the second largest traded commodity in the world, and it was addictive. Yeah. So I knew that if we did something that was different and special, people would come. Well, fast forward, these guys had a different plan. They just was in it to try to really make money, it appeared, and they didn't care about the look, the design, or nothing. And with me being a federal agent, I wasn't there a lot. I was more so the money and bricks guy. They was the coffee guys. They understood coffee. They had the machinery. So on paper, it looked like a perfect marriage. But what I did learn from the little time that I had partners, which I've now stepped out on my own for the last 8 years, is that people love to gather, especially our people, be it church, a club, wherever it is, they like to gather. Now, my goal was to get them to gather and focus on positivity instead of talking about other people and depressing stuff. Get together and talk about community, job creation, helping the homeless, disabled vets, people that needed us. Mm-hmm. So it took a while, but the journey started, like I said, about 8 years ago when I created Sip and Savor. Mm-hmm. And now it's good to see that people of all walks of earth come in there. I mean, you could come in there and, like you said, it's almost like a modern day Cheers. You can see somebody in marketing, real estate, religion, politics, sports, people that's in design, and they all know each other. So the money is kept in the community. People are sharing ideas. And I'll just end with this. It's such a blessing to be surrounded by people who want to do better than self.
Yeah. Yeah. Trez, so let me ask you this. It is the decision to have such a unique idea and to keep it in the community, and all of your 4 locations, they're all in the heart of the community. How is that difficult for you not to want to go, say, in a downtown area where you're going to get much more traffic, to stay right in the community, 47th Street, 43rd Street? Is that a difficult decision for you?
No, not at all. I mean, I've had the opportunity to go to places like Bucktown, Old Town, up north to like Rogers Park and all that. I don't think my motto really fits there. And I guess my motto is to get into those communities that are not only up and coming, but are underserved as far as high-end quality coffee, tea, smoothies, and have that experience of a venue that's like an extension of your crib. Hardwood floors, fireplace, black art, a little Erykah Badu banging on the speakers. You can go on the back patio and have a stick, bring your own alcohol, something that we could do together that I think we don't have that opportunity to do in other communities. I'll just put it that way at times.
Yeah, I do a Black History Fact every day, and because of you today, the history of coffee, the fact that you're able to take the history and the enslavement of people to produce coffee, and create a venue for us now to create a space to make money, to gather, and to be positive, really is a very important twist on the slavery that produced the coffee for many years, the enslavement of Black people to farm coffee. And so I think the fact that you have taken coffee and made it a positive, no matter what happened, many, many years ago, albeit devastating and wrong, you have taken that very thing that was meant to crush us and kill us and made it a place where community can meet, gather, and create business deals. I know the people that frequent your locations, and I've seen powerful people in business create other business and business ventures and ideas with people just from the community. It's not it's not the have and the have-nots. It's the everybody, and that is the spirit that I see whenever I'm in any of your locations. Trez, for a minute, did you have a location in Beverly?
Yes, I did like a joint venture with Ain't She Sweet with Margot. It was like a joint thing for a while. But at that time, the opportunity to go into the Rosenwald, the historic Rosenwald building, presented itself. And I wasn't able to stretch myself that thin and work a full-time job, kicking indoors and putting bracelets on people. So I had to sit down and make a conscious decision. And that's one of the things we as entrepreneurs got to do. You can't do everything. Sure. And you got to know when to say when. And this opportunity to be in that historic building where people like Ella Fitzgerald and a lot of jazz greats stayed, for me to put a coffee house in there and honor them, our ancestors, I had to make a move. So I pulled out of Beverly to really focus on the Rosenwald piece.
Okay. So Trez, let me ask you this. All of your decisions, and I love it because many people make those decisions based on money. It's like a let's get this money. You know what I'm saying? In my hood voice, let's get this money. And yours is very, let's be intentional and let's make a difference. And if we make money, that's cool. Of course, nobody creates a space like that and doesn't want to earn. But your primary goal is not the earning; it's the collective for the community. And I think it's understated because that really does change the environment for the children that we talk about that are misguided or misdirected. And so that is why, like when you said what days are available, I wanted to squeeze you into this Thursday because that's what For the Culture is all about entrepreneurship and giving back to the community in such a special way. Will you ever create programs so that, we're one of the largest consumers of coffee, Black people. And so
Indeed.
will you ever create programs where youngins, similar to like Starbucks and some of the other houses, where youngins really understand the roots of coffee and the flavors? Coffee, it's not just always a sweet drink. There's layers to it and levels to it. Will you ever develop a program to train other people how to be in business or work in coffee?
That is a great question. And I've always had the vision of taking it to that next level. And here's the thing about coffee that maybe a lot of people don't understand. It's just like wine. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know how they go through all the tasting and squishing it around? Coffee deals with climate. It deals with altitude. It deals with soil, how to roast it. It's a ton of things that go into it that's really intricate. Mm-hmm. And depending on what region of the world it comes from, the taste, I've just scratched the surface of the knowledge I have when it comes to coffee. Mm-hmm. My goal is to do exactly what you say. I've been trying to train my general managers on the little things I do know and turning them on to correspondence that let them know about the coffee industry. Mm-hmm. And it's such a great industry. And the main thing I want them to take away from what I try to do is make sure you get fair trade coffee. Let me repeat that again. Make sure it is fair trade, because you got growers and pickers out there that are making $5-6 a month and they picking 12 hours a day. Mm-hmm. I will not accept beans from there. My beans come from Uganda, Ethiopia, Tanzania, on the continent of Africa, and then on Costa Rica, North America. Mm-hmm. It has to be stamped and labeled.
Can you for those of us who don't know, explain in a little bit more detail what fair trade actually means? I know what it means, but I don't know that everybody knows what you mean when you say that. And it is stamped. But can you tell with us the importance of fair trade and what really the details of that are?
Sure. I'll be brief and I'll just give you the Cliff Notes version. Fair trade is a way of knowing as an owner that these growers are getting a wage that's livable, where their families could afford to have a house or an apartment. They can afford to eat food that's not off the street. They can afford to pay bills. So I don't know if you remember back in the day, that big thing with Nike, they had them kids locked in there making all them gym shoes for Jordan. Mm-hmm. They found out it was like slave labor. Well, think of that on a coffee thing, making people stay on the farm for 14 or 16 hours picking beans, and then you give them $5 at the end of the month. Well, I refuse to accept them beans. And the way I know that is once they come across the border and once it comes through custom, it has to be certified fair trade. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot involved in it. I paid 2.5 to 3 times what them other coffee houses will pay. I won't name them, to make sure that I'm not trying to make some money off the backs of somebody else's slave labor. Mm-hmm. I have to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That consciousness, as a law enforcement officer, having that consciousness and awareness even speaks a greater volume of who you are, who your character is, and what your journey and purpose now as you continue to work and be a blessing to your community. But sleeping at night isn't always the thing on most people's mind. A lot of people are worried about the money. And so I think it's important. I think your gift to our community and reminding people that, yes, people like money. Money's not a bad thing.
No.
But being able to sleep at night and having integrity in how you earn that money is everything. And it can change. We talked yesterday or a couple days ago about trade programs like, plumbing and things that they don't have in the school. But as consumers of coffee and especially Starbucks, and I'm guilty of it, we have to remember that was created and millions of dollars in slave labor was earned on the backs of our ancestors. And so supporting venues like yours are extremely important. Go out your way. Like, it's not, you have to be intentional about the community. So going to 43rd Street or 47th Street or 53rd Street, or if you're in Matheson now, going out of your way to make we have I guess I'm saying we have a responsibility to support you in your journey. And I just don't know that we can state that enough. Tell me why you chose to stay in Inglewood.
Well, I didn't grow up in Inglewood. I grew up on the near north side in Old Town, to be honest. A lot of people didn't know that.
Okay.
I grew up right down the street from Fireplace Inn, O'Brien Steakhouse, Second City, Zany's. We still own a 3-flat there, our family.
Oh, so you live by the Ripley's, believe it or not.
Exactly. You remember that Pickle Barrel and Bazaar? Oh, we got to talk offline. I got some stories for you. So I grew up right there, you know, in the 60s and 70s. Anyway, I spent most of my time there before I went off to the Marine Corps, college and all that. So what I seen in Inglewood was an area that was really beat up. I mean, truly beat up in the 90s. And long story short, I arrested a kid over there back in 99, somewhere around that. And we chasing him back in through the thing. It was a federal case. And I got back there in what I call the Ivy League streets, Princeton, Yale, Harvard, and all that. And I seen all these mansions. And I was like, good Lord, look at this. This is beautiful. And one of them was for sale. I just jotted the number down, and I bought the mansion, and I thought I was going to be able to rehab it, but it was so tore up structurally. I ended up just tearing it down and buying the lot next to it and just held on to it. I started talking to people about Inglewood. I started finding out that, you know, there was going to be a big 5-10 year plan. Yep. The next goal was to talk my wife into moving from Old Town to Inglewood. And I promised her I would build her a compound. She would be safe. She could put whatever she wanted in it, long as I can have whatever I want. And the rest is history. Nobody knew who I was. They thought I was some big politician or some movie star or something, because you've been by the crib. I mean, people say, you live in Inglewood? I said, yep. That's all I said. Yep. Until you see it.
Yeah, it is. First of all, your wife has impeccable taste. The artwork, just everything. And yes, I think you accurately described it. It is a compound. It is quite it's quite let me just say, he gives quite a party. Let me just say that. I can't tell all the secrets because
don't tell
somebody, but yeah. And I'm not inviting any of y'all. No, I'm just kidding. And just to finish up, I just wanted to do that to show people that you don't have to run out to the suburbs or fly. We can do stuff in our own community if you take the time, do it right, and appreciate your property. Talk to your neighbors in the community. And I don't want to take credit for it, but ever since I moved over here, houses been getting rehabbed. Next thing you know, a lot of houses getting built. I mean, all kind of stuff is going on over here. And of course, being a pioneer, you take the body blows first, but in the long run, it's so sweet. It is so sweet. Will you, is Inglewood on is it on the list to have a coffee house there? I know that Starbucks is over there now. Obviously Dunkin' Donuts has been there, but is that, will that be maybe another location for you?
Yeah, I've been negotiating with a couple of the aldermen and some people. We'll see. It's probably a couple years out, depending on location, but I definitely would like to have a coffee house in the community that I live in.
Okay. And then Tress, tell us about how the collaboration with Red Star came about, because that place is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, and the tripped out part is I fought going to the suburbs. This before I'd seen the actual location, but you know, maybe 3 to 4 years ago, when things happened with Starbucks and the racial stuff, I started getting an influx of inquiries. Okay. We want you to open here, here, here. We found out you a franchise, which I'm not a franchise. I'm still just owned by myself.
Sole proprietorship, yeah.
Yeah, good. Exactly. And probably down the line, I'll consider that also licensing. Anyway, it was coming out the woodwork. Pullman, South Shore, Homewood, Flossmoor, Glenwood, Olympia Field. It was just crazy. And they thought I had the kind of loot to just open up a spot, you know. And they didn't know I worked a full-time job at the time either. People thought I was just an entrepreneur that had coffee houses. Okay. Well, I'm very particular about what I do. And I'm very, like you said, pronounced in what I do. Is it a need? What's the demographics? All of that crap you go through. Mm-hmm. What happened in this case, your brother Adam Shorter, who's the trustee out there, had been reaching out to me for a while. And I was pushing him off on my assistant. Hey, tell this guy we're not ready right now. We're working on fine tuning processes here in the city. I just retired, but he was persistent. I still wouldn't talk to him. He found out through Facebook. He started trolling. He said Facebook and found out we had a bunch of mutual friends. And he was like, no, that person, no. He found Kiana Barber, who's the owner of WDB Marketing. What's the Biz Marketing? She's my marketing director. And he, do you know Trez? I see you. Yeah, I do all this work for Trez. I need you to talk to him and come talk to me. So she started on me. I was like, no, no. I got my hands full. I'm trying to deal with this. She was like, Trez, he's a younger you. She started saying all the right things.
Sure.
He cares about the community. He's helping out with people that need help. He's creating jobs. And I said, okay, I'll go meet him. Already in my mind, got the note, no matter what he said.
I love that.
So when I went to see him, I had that posture, like he was like, man, we could do big things together. Your brand, my brand. I was like, not trying to hear it.
Right.
He took me around, and long story short, I met his family. I mean, he was really sincere. He was like, bro, whatever I need to do to get you here. And so as I started bonding and talking to him, I found out that he had a lot of humility. He was sincere. He had empathy. He had all them qualities you don't get at going to an MBA school. Sure. Compassion, empathy. He had concern. So that won me over. And I said, let's go. Let's do it. And that was it.
And so that's okay.
Somebody got a phone on or something.
Yes. That's not me, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay. So let me ask. So let's talk about that for a minute, because I let me first say this: the coffee houses in Hyde Park and Bronzeville, I think, are absolutely adorable. There's something about when you're enjoying coffee, the quaintness of being able to be in a space and kind of go there and study, or just take a breath and just be in your own space. I absolutely adore. I also like that you also can have a business meeting there, or you can go in there and really, for the lack of a better way to describe it, feel like you're like in a barbershop where everybody, where somebody's auntie, ain't you such and such baby? Like that's the community feel.
Yeah.
But the Red Star partnership for you offers something different, and I think capturing the ability to have the traditional coffee house, your style, where coffee and community meet, but then also having this other ability to watch a basketball game. And maybe I don't drink, but I drink coffee. And so I can have my mimosa, you can have your coffee. There's a DJ there, but I don't feel like I'm walking in Shigricks in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? If I smoke cigars, there's a patio that's as big as the venue's 5,000 square feet. So just let that sit, right? Most people's houses are not 5,000 square feet. But I think all of those, I was really curious to see it visually and to see how those worlds would connect. And you guys have done a phenomenal job at putting liquor and coffee and community in the same place. It's just actually amazing. And so you're open now, right?
Yes, ma'am, we're open. And I want to take the time to thank you for coming all the way out there. It touched my heart. I looked up and saw you. You always support me. I mean, I ran over and gave you a big hug. Thank you so much for coming out, because I know you're busy too. I know you are. I wouldn't have missed
it for the world. Listen, if we all we got, right?
You better believe
it. And that's why I'm trying to make certain that we're responsible we can't sit anymore and say, oh, well, that's all the way on 43rd. Well, hell, if it was a nightclub and you wanted to go over there, you would drive over there. Like, so we have to be intentional. And God always reminds me, you have to be intentional. Support is an intentional thing. You have to get up on purpose to support people and invest in people. And because you do it, it should be easy for us to support you. That I don't go into Mattson or Mattison, as the mayor correct?
Yeah. Right.
It's like we drive further for less. I mean, we drive to the riverboat, we drive to the outlet malls. We do it when it works for us. And so supporting somebody like you is extremely important. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back. You got to hear my dumb joke. Trez.
Okay.
And then I have to ask you if you had any advice for a future aspiring business owner, what would you tell them? This is the Book of Dawn. We're going to be right back with Trez Pugh. Sip and savor. We'll be right back.
WIFTVPM. Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man, Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
And we need you to like,
comment,
and share
that thing
every Tuesday and Thursday from 1
to 3 p.m. on
What's in It for the Black People Media.
Let's reminisce. Yeah. Woo. See, I remember the first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew, baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back, I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach, playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets? And now we're taking flights from London to Belize, and we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the Book of Dawn. Thank you, brother. Herb, thank you. That was so sweet. Yeah, they can share me. This is the only thing I want to. This is the only time you can spread me thin. You can share, but you know, I'm a little. My pride will not let me ask that. I will not have a commercial that says share. I'm not doing that. Just don't watch it. Hell, Miss for the Culture with Trez Pugh. Trez, let me say this joke. Trez is gonna laugh at my jokes. Y'all want dirty or clean jokes? Yep. One of both.
Dirty, one of both. Let's do one of both.
Trez, dirty or clean, or one of each?
Hey, do your thing. It's your show, Queen.
Okay. All right, this one. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Okay, this is for adults only. What did the toaster say to the slice of bread? It's so nasty. Y'all, it's so nasty. What did the toaster say to the slice of bread? It's nasty.
Looking at me?
Of course. You little nasty. I want you inside of me.
Oh, damn. I would have never came up with that one.
Okay. So now I'll give you a clean one. This one's funny. If you are an American when you go into the bathroom, and you're an American when you come out of the bathroom, what are you while you're in the bathroom? Got a guess? If you're American when you go into the bathroom, you're an American when you come out of the bathroom. What are you while you're in the bathroom?
Crossing the border?
Now, Trez, you got a guess?
A refugee.
Anything? European.
Oh, Jesus. Really?
European.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But
see?
I'm funk.
You gotta forget both of y'all. All right, Trez, give us some advice as a person who had a restaurant. I know firsthand that it's not just about the business, it's not about the shine. You have to know how to do plumbing, you got to know how to fix roofs, you have to know how to manage people, you have to know how to keep your business and pay the taxes and the sales tax. You have to learn for your business about fair trade. What advice would you give to somebody who, my nephew, Ron, he started an LLC. What advice would you give to a young brother who has a vision but needs to cross over into making it happen? What advice would you give him?
It's a lot. I would say, and not that I know everything because I'm still trying to figure some things out myself. Understand, I have this philosophy. I believe nothing what I hear and half of what I see. And what I mean by that is people will tell you all kind of stuff. Don't take it and run with it. You could see it, but you still need to do your due diligence and your research. First thing. Okay. Whatever you're dealing with, whether it's in a product or a service industry, find out what that industry is doing. And is there a need for what you're trying to do, where you're trying to do it? When you think you need $75,000, $100,000, tack on 30 to 40 more percent in addition to what you think you need. Because there's going to be hidden costs. There's going to be unexpected costs. Understand this too. If you're going in it just to make money, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Because being an entrepreneur, and I've been in this game 15 years,
I've heard that.
And I still have yet to make money. I put everything back into research, development, my employees, equipment, the look of the place, you name it. So lastly, I would say, understand that what everybody sees is another Pewism. Your perception is not my reality. What people perceive is that you are killing the game, you're making a lot of money, you should be able to donate to their causes. Let me tell you this, when you open up, especially a brick and mortar, and I'm sure little sister can attest to this, gas, light, water, insurance, taxes, payroll, your vendor, your accountant, your attorney, unexpected costs. That's just off the top of my head. Sales tax, federal, state, city. These are all the things that you have to pay monthly. Absolutely. You can't skip them. Before you can make a dime, everybody got their hand out. It's like tide. So be prepared to spend a ton of money.
I'm sorry to cut you off. So you're saying all that should be included in my sale tag too. So whatever I'm selling.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have to make sure.
I'll give you an example.
Right.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. The cost of my coffee, $3 and something. You'll have people that come in there and say, that's a lot. I said, well, you're not just paying for the coffee. You're paying for this employee's salary, you paying for this great art, you paying for music, you paying for the experience. You paying for the experience. So if you got a lot of money, you go to places like Chicago Cut and, you know, steakhouses. If you don't, go to TGI Friday. Don't go to a place that's offering you an experience. You're going to pay more. So understand your target market. That's another thing also.
Trez, that's good advice. Because they do see the name, they see you on you know, ABC.
TV.
They see you drive your car. They judge your bracelet. You could have got it from the man on 87th and the Dan Ryan, and they see their perception. That is profound. Your perception of me is not my reality, and I think that speaks to it all. So you do have due diligence is everything. And let's be clear, it looks glorious. It is not easy to maintain an actual physical space by no stretch of the imagination. So do your homework, and don't share it with everybody. That's what I would add to that.
Yes, keep your mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut.
Don't mean yeah.
Period. Because somebody is waiting to take it. Believe that.
Yeah. Please, I didn't say nothing about Madison until it was damn near finished. I didn't say a word.
And you shouldn't have, because the hate is real in real life. Yep, I said it. I meant it, and they gonna cut me off before I start naming names. Cause do you know I still
don't do it.
That people still ask me, girl, can I book a party at your restaurant? Girl, bye. Girl, I closed it in 2016. Really? That's what you want? Okay. Yeah, plan a party over there.
Yeah.
But Trez, thank you so much for giving us your time, and thank you so much for your service. I'm going Mary Q and Ron, I'm gonna make sure that we visit all 4 of your spots, so they can. Mary Q said, I'm going.
I'm there like tomorrow, if not today.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good. Make sure
Appreciate
you tell
you
them the Book of Dawn sent you, and I'll buy your coffee or tea or whatever you're drinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Trez, I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me your time, and thank you for your commitment to the community in real life.
I love you.
I love you back.
I love you, Black Queen. Indeed.
And give your wife a hug for me.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Trez the Pew the third, baby. Trez the third. Sip and savor. Go sip and savor. Don't you like that name? Savor. It's like you savor it.
You gotta savor it.
You have to savor it.
Savory.
Savory. So can we take a 5-second break so that I can actually roll into the next guest?
Yeah, we can take an itty bitty break.
Okay. We'll take an itty bitty. Stay with us. Samantha Collier, Team Till 365, coming up next.
WIIFTV-PM. Everybody's talking about the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish. Place your order today for a delicious meal. The chicken and fish are fried to perfection, featuring a wide variety of catfish, perch, tilapia, whiting, and shrimp. Now it's your turn to see what everybody's talking about. It's the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, Chicago's newest spot for delicious meals. Stop by at 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop, or get contactless delivery from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. For more info, call 773-807-9010. 773-807-9010. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish is open just in time for lunch, or take it to the house for a delicious dinner. It's Chicago's new spot for perfectly fried chicken and fish. Don't wait any longer. Try it today. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I see you, Dawn. Slick J Adams. Good morning. Come on. Come on.
You're listening to the Book of Dawn. Good morning. You're listening to the Book of Dawn. This morning. You're listening to the Book of Dawn. Good morning. You're listening to the Book of Dawn. Are you ready for the truth? And nothing but the truth, so help you, Dawn. She's bringing it to you every weekday at 9 in the morning. So if you wanna hear the real, this is what you gotta do. Just log online and listen to Dawn speak her mind. To the book of Dawn in the morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn this morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn this morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. You're now tuned in to Dawn. Oh, sexy Dawn. What's in it for the black people media? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, yo. Come on, yo.
Welcome back. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn, broadcasting live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios and the light-skinned black people. I have to throw that in there. Good morning, Miss Samantha. How are you?
Good morning. I am wonderful. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I hope I'm not really choppy.
Oh, no, you're just fine. Family, What's in It for the Black People Media family? This is Samantha Collier, Team Teal 365. She is a profound advocate for, this month is National Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And Samantha has dedicated her life to being a facilitator and trainer, teaching our culture and community about sex trafficking education and sexual assault recovery and healthy dating for our children and our children's children, and the journey of self-worth, because being a victim of sexual assault often comes from maybe not feeling like you're your best self. And so you become vulnerable and you put yourself in vulnerable positions that then end up in sexual assault. And Samantha took the time to talk to us this morning so that we could be better and more responsible at teaching our women, our men, and especially our youth about self-worth, self-awareness, and how to identify those traps that put us in vulnerable positions. So thank you, Samantha, for joining us this morning. Are you in Milwaukee this morning?
I am in Milwaukee, and let's be very clear. I am a native of Chicago. Okay. West side of Chicago.
Okay.
Born and raised. Let's here. Okay.
Okay. I forgot to ask Trez some questions. So at the end of this interview, I'm going to ask you some questions because I'm going to make you prove that you're from Chicago by the way you pronounce some of these words in Chicago. Okay.
Okay.
Samantha, tell us your story. How was Team Teal 365 born?
Okay, well, I am a thriver of sexual violence. I was molested as a child and also raped at 27. So I created Team Teal 365 because I never saw it. I never saw an organization that was based on the healing and not a file of a person. I never saw organizations that look like me in the community, at street festivals, at schools, at the community rallies, really talking about the conversation of sexual violence and the 1 in 4 women and the 1 in 6 men that have been or will be sexually assaulted before the age of 18. So my story, Dawn, again, is millions of people's stories. I'm just grateful and faithful that God has blessed me to be a vessel, right? So I am truly honored to create something as grand as Team Teal 365 because the color for Sexual Violence Awareness Month is teal, right? And I come from a small family. I'm the youngest of 4. So I just always thought I had something in me that was bigger than just me. And 365, because it's an everyday thing. We never turn off this healing. There's always something that may trigger myself or any other thriver, any other survivor in their journey. So it's just a day to day on again, reaffirming how amazing you are, reaffirming your healing, not your pain, not your hurt. We're not in control of what or who hurt us. We're in control of how we heal from that thing.
That's deep. Yeah, because that's difficult, Sam. It's difficult to let go of that feeling, and often it will take us down a completely different path, and then you never heal because you're in a cycle of why me, why me, why me. And so, what are some of the things that Team Teal 365? What are some of the programs, and how do you facilitate helping a victim or a potential thriver from coming from that side to the other side?
I know exactly what you're saying, Dawn. And we say that too. We're bridges, right, to the other side, right? Because you're a victim, you're a survivor, and then we want everyone to move on to healing. So for myself, we do workshops, not just around healthy relationships, but we created something with Team Teal 365. We call it Paint the City Teal Day, right?
Okay.
That's using everything in the form of the color of teal. And it's a call of action for every survivor to look around at the way that people dress, at the lights that they teal on their houses, on the trees that they wrap in teal. This year alone, Dawn, by the grace of God, Paint the City Teal Day was able to teal downtown Milwaukee. You hear me? We had the Home Bridge in teal. We had City Hall in teal. We had over 7 to 8 landmarks in teal. That's the kind of energy we want to bring to survivors. Look up, not down.
Yeah.
So again, those tools, Dawn, is writing. I am a fan of counseling. I have my own counselor. I know that writing is a form of relaxation and letting go. We do workshops around how to journal, how to not always go back to that trauma, but to think about the things that trigger us. And if we can figure out the things that trigger us, then maybe we can identify that trauma in a different way so that we can triumph in a stronger way.
Sam, tell me this. So you mentioned counseling. I, too, understand counseling, but for our community, particularly our men, Black men, there's a stigmatism around counseling. How has your experience been getting them from, I don't need a counselor, I don't need that? Because I know a lot of guys that just are not going to sign off on counseling. And it's, for me, life-changing and life-saving, not just having been the victim of a sexual assault, not penetrated, but you don't have to be penetrated to be sexually assaulted. Let's be very clear. But I'm a girl, and so I have a different, my femininity allows me to sit comfortably and have somebody converse with me. How do you get men to understand that counseling is okay?
I allow another man to tell them.
Okay.
Because men need to heal in their own spaces, right, Dawn? Like you said, we as women, we find our spaces to heal and counseling, or sister circles, or we got our waist beads, we got our chakras, we got our, we got our sage, have all our ways that we heal. But our Black men, I believe the power is in them joining together and understanding that they all suffer a lot of the same issues, even if that has to do with watching domestic violence or being a abuser or being abused. The 1 in 6 men that have been or will be sexually assaulted, they don't have space. So again, Team Teal, we make space for that thing. We make space and say, hey, come over here, support this movement, or let us support you, or let us just allow space for you to be okay being here without saying anything.
Yeah.
But I really believe, though, Dawn, there's power in men supporting and letting each other know, me too, bro.
Yeah.
I went through that too. Or I was in 6th grade and I thought it was cool for this to happen to me, but it wasn't cool. And now I'm a womanizer, or now I'm the one that was abused, and I don't know how to tell people I'm the victim of domestic violence. There's power in our Black men coming together and understanding that we need them whole too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We can't be the only whole ones in the party. Okay. That's where balance comes into play. And that's where the transferring of characters and what should be happening in our individual stories take place.
Yeah, very powerful and very true. We do need to make a space for our men to be vulnerable and be okay with vulnerable. Is not doesn't mean weak. It just means able to not be okay. You know, they say often it's okay not to be okay, and it's in you accepting that you're not okay, that you're able to embrace whatever that experience was and move forward from that experience. Samantha, let me ask you this. When I was reading your bio and your package, your press kit, there are some startling statistics that I don't think I was aware of, that 97% of rapists never spend a day in jail. How is that so? How can that be?
Let's talk about that, because not just am I the founder of Team Teal 365, but I am also the chairwoman for the City of Milwaukee Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Commission, right? Where we work hand in hand with all the systems in the city, which also has to do with the Milwaukee Police Department, right? So when we talk about the numbers that are not reported, that's because of fear. A lot of it is fear of the shame, fear of the blame. You know, the grooming is powerful. People will tell individuals, I will kill your whole family. I will kill you. I will kill your child. I will, so people are they're fearful. And sometimes they're fearful of the police as well. They're fearful to report. So again, another bridge. Here's Team Teal 365 messing around with G to the O to the D. We're working with the City of Milwaukee Police Department to be that bridge. We have to get to a place where survivors and victims feel okay and feel safe to report.
Sure.
And know that they're not going to be re-victimized, and know that they're not going to be looked down or told, okay, so what did you wear? What were you drinking?
Yeah.
Like all of that. No one has space for that anymore, or, well, you shouldn't have told them in a text message that you wanted to have sex and then withdrew your consent. Excuse me?
Yeah. Right. Did the West Side just come out? Did she just go West Side on me? I can't hear her.
So that's the conversation, Dawn. I like to tell people, like, it's not like what we wear. It's why are you assaulting us?
Yeah. How about that part? Hashtag that part. So that statistic, I like the word that you brought up, because I don't think that I for sure know what grooming means, but I don't think a lot of people really understand the process of grooming. That is, I'll let you explain it. I'm certain that you can better, but it is, I think if everybody knew what, we're not talking about going to the barbershop and getting your beard trimmed. We're talking about a different kind of grooming. Samantha, can you share from the perspective as a thriver, what you mean when you say grooming?
For sure. I'll focus the grooming just on social media alone, right?
Okay.
So social media is the new tool on how predators, traffickers, groomers, where they find their prey and their victims. Because people post a lot of vulnerable, I hate my life, I hate my family, I hate my dog. There's COVID going on right now, so there's huge anxiety, huge depression, a huge outpour of homelessness, helplessness. And those are things that groomers are looking for. So it starts with simple things like, oh, you're so beautiful. I noticed you said you didn't eat today. Would you like some McDonald's? Would you like something to eat? I noticed you haven't had your hair done in a while. Would you like some bundles? Would you like some of this? Would you like some Jordans? Would you like to take a flight? Would you like some extra candy?
Yeah.
I'm going to put you in the front of the class. I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to cater to you. Grooming is when a person caters to an individual who knows they're missing something, right? Give you an example. If a groomer knows you don't have a father at home and your mother is working the second shift and then working the third shift and then she's trying to have a life, they see that. They see the non-attention and they swarm right in. So I like to always let people know you can start empowering and being a part of this mission every day by encouraging someone, by letting them know they're not alone, by believing them, right? By having conversations with your kids around your own individual struggles. I think sometimes, I know my son Africa is only 2, but parents, I believe sometimes we cover what we went through to shun our kids, but I think sometimes it's good to give them, hey, this is what's real. I maybe don't give them every part of the story, but parents, we have a obligation to let our kids know we went through it too.
Yeah.
We went through some things too, and we made it through, and stand on that foundation if that helps.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break because I want to talk about, I shared with Mary last week how for a long time, incest in Black families was like taboo. Like, you have an old grandma who born in the early 1900s and, and who lived through being molested or in spaces. It became this, don't talk about it. It was like, yeah, that happened, but we're not going to talk about it. And so then you create these, like a legacy of predators, but you don't talk about it. And so I want to ask you your thoughts on how we break the cycle of it being taboo not to actually talk about it, even when it's happening in your family. This is the Book of Dawn. We have Samantha Collier, Team Till 365. I put the thread in there. Follow on Instagram, and we're going to finish the conversation when we come back. Stay tuned.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your Black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
This is Tori Muhammad, and we want you to tune in to the Tori Muhammad Show that airs here on What's in It for the Black People Media every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We talk and celebrate Black-owned businesses, Black entrepreneurs, and we talk to some of the best people in the food industry here in Chicago, Black chefs, Black restaurateurs. So make sure that you tune in to us every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
You gotta know that it's over. I gave all of me. My heart is empty. You promised you would change. You said forever, you and me. Look at what you've done to me. I'm torn apart. I'm picking up the pieces you left to me. How selfish could you be? I gave you the world, and you still couldn't be deep. I forgave you when you cheated. I guess it didn't mean a thing. No more excuses. I packed your bags, they at the door. Cause I'm through with you. Can't believe the things you put me through. I gave you all my love and then this what you do. Everything you did about the comeback, you gon' get this karma. Karma, you end up losing everything you love. You about to get it. Every single do from every single thing you lose. You gon' get this karma. Ain't no escaping that. And everything you did is coming back. Cause payback's the door. Oh, you got to pay it back to me. Yeah, cause I didn't deserve it. It's a dog. It's a dog. Leave me alone.
Donnell Jones, y'all. Welcome back. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn. If y'all could have heard that conversation in the break, I'm sure you saw me doing like this because it got really real in here for a couple seconds. But we are joined by Team Till 365, the founder, Miss Samantha Collier. We left before the break, and I asked, I would like if you would the power of the Black family and keeping sexual assault. Something you can't discuss in Black families is a real thing. Mary said it's learned behavior, and it is learned behavior, and learning to keep it a secret is a learned behavior. Can you tell us why it's so difficult for Black families to have a breakthrough about keeping sexual assault by uncles and cousins and aunties who then further become predators with younger people in their family? Can you tell us how that happened and how we can help get past that?
For one, I just want to say thank you, Dawn, for earlier sharing your truth. I thank you for saying that in the space. Whenever I hear that comes about, I just like to acknowledge it. So thank you for this safe space. Any other listener that's listening that may have triggered anything in them, this is a complete safe space, and I will be tapping more into the Book of Dawn. Okay, so when it comes to the incest conversation, I would say for one, we just need to be honest, right? We need to say, no, you abused, you need to get help, and you need to stop, and you need to be prosecuted. And we don't need to carry it, because if it's one cousin, it's probably four. And if it's a sister, it's probably my sister, and then my mama, and then my mama's mama, and then my mama's auntie. And then, when it comes to the whole 1 and 4, really those are just the numbers that are reported. One thing about me, when I start coming out with Team Teal, I've had it for 15 years, right? Okay. We just became a 501c3. So I'm grateful, but when I started writing articles about Sexual Assault Awareness Month, I had a conversation with my family.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That was
and
tough.
I told my mother, and I told my mom, I said, I'm going to do this thing, and I told my brothers, and I just set them down like, hey, this is my truth. I'm not trying to put nobody under the bus. I'm not trying to make you drink the water. I'm not trying to make you do any of that. But for me to heal, I have to know that this is what God wants me to talk about. And I have to talk about it honestly. So I have to unwrap some stuff. So I believe we're so used to that other saying, right? What happens in my house stays in my house. I tell young people all the time, don't listen to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, we're going to need it to come on out the house. Okay. That's the issue. That's the issue. All the business in the house, the abusers in the house, the molesters are in, and the list goes on and on. The poverty's in the house, the non-educated, the no father, like all those dimensions play a part into the lack of attention. Let's be completely frank, right? Mm-hmm. It's the lack of attention in the force of shame, right? You just fast.
Yeah.
You just fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
You fast. You deserved it. What? You shouldn't have been over here in my boyfriend face anyway. And the story goes on and on and on and on. Right. But it's not your fault being abused. It's the fault of the abuser to get the help, because like we know in other statistics, there's a large amount of people that is incarcerated that are survivors of sexual violence and domestic violence.
Sure.
But instead of getting the proper help, they became abusers, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to our family, Dawn, it's just that uncomfortable conversation that we gotta have that's honest and say, no, that's not the cousin in the closet. That's the cousin that's gonna get help. Okay.
Right.
Because the more kids that go back there, the more kids that get abused by the cousin that's in the closet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna not lock them down. We're gonna get them their mental help.
Yeah. Because the reality, like you said, is that is, and Mary and I spoke off air, that is a learned behavior. That way, they say hurt people. And so when you have a traumatic experience like that as an adult or a child, you don't really, and you don't deal with it. You don't know how to process it. So you just emulate the behavior that happened to you. And it translates not just in violent sexual assault. I want to be clear, because some people put sexual assault with the word assault and feel like there's got to be a black eye or a knife or a forcible interaction. Sexual assault can be just as simple as somebody touching you unwarranted. Sexual assault is I am not engaging and you are I don't want to be nasty, but I'm gonna be nasty. You're having sex with yourself while I'm asleep and you happen to be sitting by me. And so we have to really just embrace what it actually all means. It's not I pulled a knife, put the knife to your throat, told you that I'm gonna kill your family and had sex with you. That it's so much deeper than that. And it translates in so many other ways. You mentioned grooming. We have grown men that were victimized, who haven't even dealt with the trauma, who then go through a legacy of being womanizers because something happened along the way that made them become that womanizer. And typically, if you do the research, it goes back to somebody, an assault in some way, shape, or form, whether it was an old auntie who was freaky, a homeboy however it's going to end up, all roads are going to lead back to some behavior that was unwarranted that you experienced. And so I'm so grateful to have met you through First Lady Chavez, because we have to speak up. Like we have to be vocal about our experiences so that we can change the narrative so the whole family can heal. And real talk, if the family can't heal, then you just move on. You just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We can't be held in bondage anymore to the secrets of the way they did it, when my granny was little, based on what they lived through, in the late 1800s. We have to open our mouths and talk about what it really is so it doesn't stay in this box up here. If I wasn't raped the way that I perceive the word rape, then it's not a sexual assault. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we have to stop gaslighting our truth. Okay.
Yeah.
It happened. Like, it doesn't have to be, like you said, a knife to a throat. It's not the stranger walking down the alley. It's someone somebody that's close, somebody you've met. And then when the grooming can happen in many different forms, like you said, even some adults are being groomed each and every day. This pandemic, that's a whole nother show, but this pandemic has awaked a lot of beasts inside of people. That they might have thought they put down to rest because they had work and they had school and they had this and they had that. And now they just have themselves a whole bunch of time with themselves and their thoughts.
And a lot of them are living with their abusers and can't go outside. And so that
safe at home ain't always so safe, Dawn.
In real life, in super real life. Tell me just give us some tips about what advice you'd give to a teenager, a young sister or brother going to college, and how to be smart and aware as they go to continue their journey in education and are not at home with their families. What would you share with a young teen?
Well, for one, I would say set boundaries for yourself. If you're a young person leaving high school, going to college, you're going to need new boundaries. Because the boundaries you might have put place, or maybe even if you don't know what boundaries is, let's establish some boundaries. Say, for instance, if you're a high school student going to college, and you never had a drink before. Maybe you should give yourself a limit as a boundary, or maybe you should say, if I go out with friends, someone's going to need to be the designated driver. If I go out with friends, someone is going to be the designated friend that watches over us. Because let's be clear, a lot of assaults, a lot of things that happens with young people, other people are present or they're not. And that's a problem with young people. Okay. If you have a girlfriend, me and my friend, we go somewhere. If we go somewhere, we're leaving together. I'm not leaving my friends. Let's stop leaving each other, young people, and laughing at them on Instagram or whatever other social media thread because he or she is drunk now and they're doing outlandish things on those social media outlets. Be there for your people. That's what I will say for young people. Like you be that. Like you be that bystander, right? Because sometimes that's what we need before someone becomes a victim. We need a bystander to step in. Yeah. And say, you know what? She drunk or he drunk. They just said stop, right? Get involved.
Yeah.
I want you to get
and
involved.
not involved by having the one that has the Instagram live story on so that the whole world can see your foolery, because the reality is we all have been in a vulnerable space like that. I certainly have, but I definitely know that when I hang, I have real friends with me, right? Because what you're not going to do is have the videotape to prove that I was tipsy the day before. Like that whole defining the friendship and being involved is probably a lesson and a whole nother show, because I say all the time, what do I say all the time, y'all? Everybody ain't your friend. Like everybody, some people, but everybody's not your friend. Like that term, for me, doesn't work. Sam, you said that there are 7 types of abuse. Can you tell me the 7 types of abuse?
Oh yeah, when there's 7 types when it comes to like the unhealthy relationships, right? So when you think about the mistrust, right? You think about the peer pressure, what leads to the coercion, right? Because there's a coercion involved in getting someone to do something against their will, right? There's usually some type of drugs, money, something of monetary that someone needs, or it's more of a power, right? That power and control. So when I think about the 7 powers of that thing, we have to not always think about it so negatively, right? Because when I teach young people about the power and control will, when we talk about coercion and we talk about abuse from physical, sexual, mental, financial, all these ways are forms of abuse, right? The mental abuse is one of the biggest, Dawn. Like that goes across every gender, every race, every creed, right? Because it's in our mind. Yeah. If a person convinces you at a very young age you're ugly, you can never be anything, you will never amount out to anything, that thing carries with you way longer than a punch to the face would ever carry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's
when
true.
we think about those type of abuses, we got to understand that all those are a part, right? The financial abuse is a part in many relationships, and that's why they submit to having sex, and it's not a free will giving of consent.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're paying the rent and you got the food and you got the car,
then I owe you.
I'm tight. You got me tight. Got me in a tight stitch. Which would make me do things I probably wouldn't do under different circumstances if I wasn't financially abused or in an abuse situation.
Sure. And that's a piece of grooming as well. That let me identify a need. This sister has a baby, she's single. Let me offer this help, because then you create this perceived space of comfort when it's really just part of the grooming of that single mother who is you rescuing, essentially. Like, I'm here to save you, right? King Save a Ho, those guys. Did I say that out loud? I did.
And you can say it.
I meant it actually too. Hashtag that. So tell us If somebody was interested in hiring you to come and do a workshop or facilitate at a workspace, how would we get in touch to book you for that?
Thank you for saying that. Well, we just launched our website, Blow the Whistle, pretty official.
That's my song.
TeamTeal365.com, or you can always email me personally. I'm at teamteal365@gmail.
Okay.
Or again, personally, Samantha Collier on any social media outlets, or you can always inbox us at TeamTeal365 on Instagram and also Facebook. We would be more than willing to come out. Like I said, I'm so grateful. I'm so humbled to be on a Chi-Town outlet. Like, this is really beautiful because I tell people, they say it all the time. They're always like, where are you from? You from the East Coast? I'm like, man, I'm from the West Side of Chicago. What's wrong with you people? Listen, I'm a Milwaukee resident, but I'm a Chicago native, man, always. So I was so grateful when First Lady told me she had locked this in. I'm like, man, this is real. This is exactly what the frequency should feel like. So I'm honored.
You know what? I am grateful for you because first of all, I adore First Lady. So there's probably not a whole lot she could ask that I would say no to, but because I know that it's an important unspoken conversation that we have to, the healing has to start somewhere. And so because you're a thriver, you have taken that and channeled that into making certain that other people thrive. There's value in that. And like I told our guests prior to you, we do it for the culture. This will change our culture. This will change what we perceive as okay to put on Instagram. This will change people that become predators. We see these stories and these 5-part docuseries about people that we think are normal and celebrated who are grooming and cultivating victims and have their minds in such a way that they can't even communicate with their parents. The conversation has to start somewhere. And I'm grateful that you started that conversation with us. So now I got to put you on the Chicago. Wait, you have to promise to come here when you come to Chicago. Can I get you to promise that? That's the delay.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you.
I said, can I get you to promise to come? Can I get you to promise to come in studio when you come back home?
Oh, of course. I would. Yeah, man. Like, that'd be one. They're like swimwear. You hear me? Yeah.
Now that sounds like the West Side. All right, Miss Samantha. Do you
one more thing, Dawn?
Sure. Go ahead.
Sexual Assault Awareness Month is my name. Like, how dope is my purpose, right?
That it is, Sam.
It is. I
Sexual
know.
Isn't that dope?
Yeah.
You should see the light bulb turn on in here. She's like,
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. ISSA. It's a vibe. It is hella dope, though.
Yes.
All right, Miss Sam, do you put sugar or salt and pepper on your grits?
Sugar.
With an attitude, okay? Do you wear sneakers or gym shoes?
Gym shoes all day. Got on some Air Maxes right now.
Oh, nephew, she got on the Air Max. Okay, do you put ketchup or mustard on your hot dog?
Mustard on absolutely nothing, ever.
Yeah, I'm not a mustard girl. By the way, ketchup is in short supply. You know that. That was on the news yesterday. You don't like ketchup? Girl, God bless you. I love ketchup. Do you drink soda or pop, Miss Sam?
Pop. I wish they would get with it. Like, seriously.
Because you from the West Side, I'm going to put this question in here. Uncle Remus or Harold's?
Heavy on the Uncle Remus. Listen, shout out to the other side, but Uncle Remus.
She said heavy on the Uncle Remus. I love it. Do you drive when you come home? Are you driving on the freeway or the expressway?
Freeway.
Do you shop at Jewel's when you come home or Jewel?
Jewels. Heavy on the jewels.
I love her. I do too. She's like, whatever. Do you go to the movies or the show?
Show. And what happened to those days? Bring it back.
Sam, did you go to kindergarten or kindergarten?
I went to May, elementary. It was kindergarten for sure. Heavy on the kinder.
I love that. I'm gonna start saying that. I can hear myself right now. Do you eat gyros or gyros?
Gyro, what is a gyro? What is this? Silent G? No, gyro. Okay, stop it.
Okay, well, how many pennies make a dime?
Oh, 100. What you talking about?
Uh-uh.
C no. It's a C no. Don't do me. Don't.
No, not that one. But that is a good question. How you say 100? It is C note because a dub will be 10. Tell me how many pennies. How many little brown copper things do you need to get to
10 cent? Oh, you just need 10. What? Sawbuck.
How many? 10? Did you say 10?
Yeah, I said a sawbuck. 10.
You said 10. You West Side because
they don't know what a sawbuck is.
I know what a boy. Do you know? You don't even know what venture is. How you know what a sawbuck is?
No, I don't know what venture is.
Do you know what a sawbuck is?
Yes.
Do you know what a fan is?
Of course.
Okay. How you know a fan and a sawbuck and you don't know venture?
Because I'm on low end.
I can't. Sam, come. I'm about to ship him to Milwaukee. All right. I have one more question for you. What's your song? What's your song that makes you so the West Side? Let me see. Did you go to the Rose? You used to go to the Rose?
Right. No, I wish, man. Like I'm 41. I just look like,
You look good. Black don't crack.
What I've been through. But anywho, right now though, Dawn, my jam, like my complete jam, is Drake. Let's see what happens next. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. You like that? That nephew, you like that? You like that joint? That is actually kind of hot. Yeah. Some of the lyrics in that joint are sick. Have you heard that? Some of the lyrics are insane. Like you would appreciate them. I can't say them right now, but we'll do that on Freestyle Friday. Mañana.
You gonna rap it? You gonna rap the lyrics on Freestyle Friday?
No, I'm not about to bite his rhyme. I'm gonna rap my own stuff. Team Teal 365 on Instagram. Team Teal 365 at gmail.com. Team Teal CEO _ 365. That's what it is. And then what's this PP? Is that the Periscope sign? Because I'm new to Periscope. Miss Sam, is the PP Team Teal 365 LLC? Is that Periscope?
Oh no, the PT, that's my digital profile. So like when I usually send things with Team Teal, I usually send it in like a nice little digital profile that I had somebody create. It's like a 5-pager with all the things that we've done, all the things we do, the way I can cater certain workshops and groups to whatever an audience may need. So yeah, and you guys can always look us up at teamteal.com too. We have our website. We'll be adding new content monthly. So yeah, let us know whatever we can do for your listeners, for the community, for the shy, for the world. We're here, and we're available. So let's do it. Thank you. I thank you for this time.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I'm looking forward to chatting with you offline. Thank you so much. It's Sam Collier, y'all. Team Teal 365. It's National Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Don't just let teal be the color of your Tiffany bag. Know what the other teal is for, okay? It's all for the culture. Thank you so much. Thank you, First Lady. I appreciate you, and thank you for introducing us to Sam. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Dawn. Okay. Thank you and your crew. Okay.
All right.
Peace.
Bye. How about that? How about break the cycle? How about break the cycle of? How about red in my what's the little girl, the little bad country white girl, redneck and eyes, the little girl, the little girl, Honey Boo Boo. Honey, she used to say redneck and eyes.
She used to say that?
Yeah, she said
never heard her
because she
say
was
that.
a redneck. Well, she said it. I didn't say it. She's a redneck and she used to say redneck and eyes. Y'all,
I'm a TV person.
You're not a TV person.
Neither am I. You're just so cool.
Whatever. I'm like, I am a TV-aholic.
You're just so
I'm
cool.
just, I mean, y'all don't, what, Honey Boo Boo?
You
have to say it like that. She is, well, she's a redneck.
What I'm watching that for?
Because it's funny.
Nah.
Hey, did y'all see Brad is about to be on The Shy?
Oh yeah, that I can totally see that. That's gonna be
Well, I can now. They wouldn't have asked her that. Hell, about 6 months
they
ago.
evolve. Things evolve. That's why you always got to just be ready to go.
How y'all feel about that?
Why they want her
I
now?
think it's okay.
Why do you? Because she came out.
She been out.
No. She came out, bro. Like she got a whole wife.
Whatever.
No, you didn't know that?
I know that. That's what I'm saying. But
Well,
she's
you
been.
knew. No, she hasn't been. It was very private. Her private life was very, very private until 4 months ago. She made an official announcement. I'm not talking about what you knew in your head because you knew.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
She's
it's
like how big of a surprise is that?
It was. I'm not saying it was a surprise. I'm just saying now because she is comfortable in her own skin, the invitation has been extended
for the LBGT community. They
Yeah.
can use it
because they may have asked her before and she said no because she wasn't really ready to share that part. I'm just asking. Oh, no, Mary, if I could have her on camera, Jesus, we're going to take a break.
You don't want to be judged by how you look?
Yeah.
I'm looking that way.
I will be right back.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Everybody's talking about the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish. Place your order today for a delicious meal. The chicken and fish are fried to perfection, featuring a wide variety of catfish, perch, tilapia, whiting, and shrimp. Now it's your turn to see what everybody's talking about. It's the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, Chicago's newest spot for delicious meals. Stop by at 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop, or get contactless delivery from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. For more info, call 773-807-9010, 773-807-9010. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish is open just in time for lunch, or take it to the house for a delicious dinner. It's Chicago's new spot for perfectly fried chicken and fish. Don't wait any longer. Try it today. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish.
Rogers, let me ask a question. Do either that son or your grandson smell like transmission fluid? We trying to find Ruthie a husband. You funny ladies.
Trying to find Ruthie a husband?
We trying to find Ruthie a husband. You heard that good, Let me ask you, Rogers, what does Ruthie need to do to find her husband?
I listen to her little voice. I like that little passing voice she got.
Hey, she say...
I know you kind of small, ain't you?
She said you got a pension?
Huh?
She said you got a pension?
Look here. I'm coming down to the... Where you on station located at? Where y'all located?
We down here in Bronzeville. Look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna get you. We gonna do a love connection off the line. Rogers, I want to tell you, man, thank you so much for calling.
You all downtown somewhere?
Yeah, we downtown. I'm gonna put
y'all talking about it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the address. I'm gonna come into y'all station one morning.
We gonna have you come down. We gonna have you and Ruthie, and we gonna have you sit
I'm
right
an early bird anyway.
Ruthie, you can be the grandmama, the great grandmama of over 110 children. I love big families. You know what I'm saying? 110.
You sure looking good tonight, baby. I just wanna make sweet love to you tonight, baby.
Come on.
If you don't mind, let me tell you.
Hey there, sexy lady of my dreams.
behind the pressure, baby. Just wanna pressure, baby.
Yeah, man. Ideas, it's ideas, man.
You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free.
Let's go.
Standing my ground, I can't mess around now. It's like my time is in a bottle, captured by your love, yeah. Now I know women's got this thing going on. We can't stay around so long, but I wanna come correct. Baby, get your foot off my neck. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind me. Understand, please.
Where you at, Ron?
That you wanna be free.
Come on, right on the.
Y'all harmonizing in there?
Yeah, where you at? You gotta come in on the next one, on the next chorus.
Ron harmonizing.
And wait for it to come back around.
Yeah.
Yes, we're waiting.
We about, yeah.
We are waiting. Here we go.
Wait, no. Wait, that was the bridge. He faked us out. Okay, let me tag him.
Have you heard Ron harmonize? Like,
Look,
he sing.
You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind me.
I can't hear you.
It's so clear to see.
I told you. Come on, Ron. Would you please?
You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind me.
Well, preacher.
It's so clear to see.
I'm telling you, Ron.
Come
on,
nephew.
Baby.
Baby.
Come on. Let the world
Let
know.
me stop playing.
Baby,
No.
Maurice Mahan, you got to take him there for the remix.
Ron plays all the time. I heard him harmonize on several occasions just in passing, and I'm like, what is happening here? What is going on?
What are you
Like,
doing?
Give the
I ain't
man
gonna
the
never
mic.
do it on camera.
Give the man the mic.
Did it.
I ain't even do it.
Give him the
I was
mic because
playing.
he shows off.
Come on, Ron.
I'll never do that on camera.
Why?
I'm shy to sing, man.
So if we take you
I'll
off,
rap
if we
anytime.
take your face off camera, will you do it?
It has to go down because he does like.
It's got to go down.
It's crazy.
Got to go down for the DM. That's me.
All right, we're going to do it. We're going to set that up for Friday.
Okay, cool.
Freestyle Friday.
Friday. Hey,
Hey.
listen, Black History, though, I mentioned it earlier with Trez. Coffee originated in Africa. It was dependent on slaves in the first half of the 19th century. Over 1.5 million slaves were imported to work plantations. It's the second most traded commodity in the world behind petroleum. That middle passage, that triangle trade down there in the Caribbean, the climate was ripe for slavery and growing coffee. Couldn't really do it in the Americas. And so while I do enjoy it, I'm almost slightly convicted. So I will make certain that the fair trade, I know Starbucks actually went through some issues about 5 or 6 years ago about getting coffee from
Fair trade.
non-fair trade places. Like, it was a big damn deal. I think they got their stuff together, just like they hurry up and got their stuff together about when that racism that was happening right at the onset of the pandemic, right, with the Black Lives Matter movement and the T-shirts. Let me find out y'all Akin, A-K-I-N-G. So, do you know who Sharon Osbourne is?
Ozzy Osbourne's wife.
Yes. So do you guys, do y'all know the controversy that's going on with her right now and Cheryl Underwood?
Why?
Well, she's not on the show anymore, just so you know. She's no longer on The Real. The show was called The Real. Are you familiar with the TV show The Real?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know they were still doing it.
Oh, yeah. It's still a show. And so about a month or so ago, I don't even know if it was a whole month or so, Sharon Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood got into, well, I don't even know where to start. So apparently there was an agreement with the girls, the women on the show, the hosts, that they basically would never, like if we make an agreement, like even if one of us is wrong and even if a producer, it's TV, it's still TV and sort of reality-ish.
You're very
TV.
live.
Right. And so there was an unspoken agreement that they would basically never out each other.
Out each other
like,
on
like,
what?
Like if a producer, you know how they like the drama. So if a producer asks them to like say something.
And they do love the drama. I had an experience with that once.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
And so there was an unspoken agreement that they would, the respect level was that they would never allow a producer to get in their ear and basically start on-air drama, right? So during a March 10th broadcast, it's called The Talk. I'm sorry, I said The Real. That's the other show.
Oh, yeah.
Osbourne found herself in a tense conversation with Cheryl Underwood after she defended her friend Piers Morgan's controversial remarks about Meghan Markle's interview with Oprah Winfrey. Okay, so this was shortly after that interview aired with Oprah, with the Prince and Princess.
Mm-hmm.
So the conversation got really tense, right? And Cheryl Underwood pushed back against Osbourne in what she was saying. And it got to the point after like this little exchange where Sharon Osbourne was just like, well, educate me. Like, I know I've crossed the line, but I'm asking you to answer this question, to educate me about why I'm wrong, so that I can, I can't say it was disingenuous. I didn't watch it when it actually happened. I watched the replay of it, so I don't know the truest spirit that it was said in. Mm-hmm. But Sharon Osbourne like snapped out and walked off the stage in the middle of the interview. And then that's been happening a lot lately. And then she came back, and then she got fired, or there was a mutual agreement for her to get fired off the show or not to return as a host of the show. And so there's been this back and forth. Sharon has texted Cheryl, like, I'm sorry, da-da-da-da. And Cheryl is saying on podcasts and interviews, no, she didn't. But Sharon has, she got receipts like that she actually has, but Cheryl's still denying that she's actually contacted her. And so it's this perpetual back and forth of Cheryl Underwood saying, like, I feel like you being fake, and
F Cheryl.
Cheryl Underwood, you don't like her?
Has she had this? I don't like this story.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked. I'm a little shocked that, like, so what happened is so this is why Sharon Osbourne was super shitty. She knew that Cheryl, who she thought was her ally, was reading questions from the producer, which is what they agreed not to do. And that's what I think sent her over the edge.
She crossed the line. They had an agreement, and she crossed the line.
Yeah. And so there's been this back and forth text thing. Sharon shows screenshots of this text sent. That's why I put a read report on my text. So y'all know I know when you read my text, right? Because it says read. Yeah. So what you're not going to do is lie. It says, Cheryl, my heart is heavy and I'm deeply saddened by the events that transpired on Wednesday. I don't want to lose my true friend over this. The first message read, I'm sorry for telling you to fuck off during the break. I'm sorry for accusing you of fake crying while we were live on air. And I'm sorry for losing my temper. I felt shocked, scared, and saddened by what I felt was a blindside attack. You know me. You know how I've always had your back. The text continues. We've outlasted everyone on this show, and that's because we've always been a team and had each other's backs. I consider you a genuine friend, and if you want to talk on the phone over the weekend, I'm here. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. Is there anything you need from me that I can do to help you heal, love, and respect. That was from Sharon to her, which is why I feel like it's genuine, right?
Yeah.
Cheryl hasn't answered. She comes back a little bit later and says, I'm thinking about you. I hope you're well. Cheryl doesn't answer. And then Cheryl does a 3-part interview on her podcast titled Sharon Walks Away. And so she tells this whole story about Sharon's perspective not being the correct perspective. So I just wondered if y'all had, I know y'all don't watch TV. I don't even know why I'm asking y'all about TV
Well, this
shows.
is about friendship. This is about business, mixing business with personal. There's a lot going on in this scenario where even if you don't watch TV, everybody can understand this scenario.
Yeah.
So what are we dealing with here?
And so let me ask you that. So what if somebody got in our ears, right? What if somebody said, well, you know, whatever about nephew or whatever about you and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, I guess, what accountability do you think that people who work together have to each other?
I think that, so there's a couple of things that I've learned in my dealings with people in business. Number one, you don't mix personalities and principles. Okay. So don't mix personalities and principles. Do not take things personal. And every boss has a boss.
Okay. So tell me this, elaborate on the second part.
Which one?
You said every boss has a boss.
Every boss has a boss.
You said don't confuse.
Don't take things personal.
How do you not take, when you feel like you're being attacked, how do you not take that personal?
Don't take it personal because every boss has a boss. So say, for instance, my dad, he's like, just remember, every boss has a boss. So when a pressure is coming in on you, know that that pressure is coming from something that may be coming in on them. So every boss has a boss. Don't take things personal. Keep the work. Keep it about the work. Like when I used to do
What about
management,
the boss that don't have a boss though?
There's
What about the
always,
top
and
boss?
that's what I was taught. There isn't no, you don't have a boss, because even if your boss is not a person, your boss can be your bills,
But
or
if
your boss
capital,
can be
if your boss is capital, then yeah, I mean that's your boss, but it's like it's a different type of boss. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, your boss can be not our boss. Let's say our boss here, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, it's an independent podcast on a network, right? Mm-hmm. So outside of Maze being the boss, our viewers would be our boss because they really are the ones that make us work. And so we have a responsibility to them to be responsible in what we talk about, find out when things are true, when they're not true.
And not to take it personal.
Okay.
Because like let's go from the customer standpoint, right?
Okay.
You're producing a product. If you have a following and they're following you for a specific reason, there may be things that they like and there may be things that they don't like.
Sure.
Just because you may love the very thing that they don't like.
Right.
But if you got all of these viewers that don't like this specific thing, don't take it personal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you're playing, like you want to have this relationship with your followers.
It's kind of like Maze told me when we first started. He was like, because I was like freaked out, like, and it was like somebody like the first day did like the thumbs down on the YouTube, and I was like, well, damn, that was mean. But he was like, yeah. Don't get caught up in the number of viewers. Don't get caught up in the thumbs up and the thumbs down. Don't get caught up in he said, don't engage. Don't defend yourself against some of the stuff you might read. Because everybody's not for everybody.
Exactly.
And I'm glad because y'all know my little temper. Sometimes I'm a little tempery. But I would have gotten caught up because
You would have
it was
taken
natural
it
to take it personal.
Yeah. And it's and it's like when you're, especially when you have a vision, when you have a vision, you do not have time to adhere to everything that's going outside of your tunnel vision.
Sure.
The moment that you turn focus, That's exactly what you're doing. You're turning focus, and you want to know what's going to happen? You're going to bump into something.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, you're off of your A game.
Sure.
So you have to keep that vision, and you can't, you
have to silence the noise.
You have to silence the noise. And if you're on puppet strings, and every time something happens, you get pulled here and you get pulled there and you get pulled in, then that's all that's doing is taking you away from your focus, right? And I say all the time, and people that has been around me, if not for a long time or for a little bit, it's never about your purpose. You are born with your purpose. The whole reason why you're here on this earth is because you got this purpose inside of you, and you are the person that's supposed to carry that purpose out. Now, at the moment that your confidence is attacked, then that purpose is never fulfilled.
Yeah.
So it's not about protecting the purpose. You are the purpose. You're here.
Right.
There's no contest in that. But the moment that you allow your confidence to be damaged in any shape, form, or matter by taking things personal, then you're now all of a sudden off the course of following through on your purpose.
So let me give it to you like this. From somebody that is not as spiritually mature as you are, right? When you are in a position, you're working, the methodology of some bosses is to divide and conquer. I'm going to keep all these eggs in these separate baskets because I don't need them to be in agreement at all so that I can be Rick the ruler, right? And so when that method is being used, then you're not allowed to build the confidence that will allow you to ignore the noise.
If you don't have...
If you're not spiritually grounded, and you're in a position where,
so if you don't have enough confidence within yourself to not get pulled this way or that way or the other, then that will probably be a life lesson, and soon enough you will gather that confidence.
You'll touch the stove
because
enough.
and especially if you're going somewhere and the purpose that's inside of you, you will get these lessons along the way. You have to.
Do you know though, Mary, that again I'll say this? Do you know that a lot of people don't know how to identify with their spiritual purpose? Like, people don't. I tell nephew this all the time. He said, we talked about being used, and I said, no, the goal is, and Mike Tyson actually told me that. That was who told me, no, you have to be used. You shouldn't be misused. And I was grown when he told me that, and that's when I understood, like, there's a huge difference in being misused and used, because your purpose is to be used.
And yes, your purpose is to be used. And I think what happens is that you start to evaluate where your self-worth lies. Mm-hmm. But don't put your self-worth in somebody else's hands.
That's hard. That's hard.
If
you're a youngin' and you come into a space and you have admiration for somebody and you trust that they're going to guide and nurture you in this thing, basketball. You're on a team, you're a rookie in Mike Jordan's.
Yes.
And you come into, I come in here and I'm looking at, Herb and Two, like, they do this.
Right.
Let me learn from them.
Right.
And they don't invest in the nurture of it. It's not hard to feel.
It can be disheartening.
And you can lose confidence quickly.
And you can lose confidence quickly, but go ahead and get on up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, but you got to have that kind of fighter spirit. And everybody just is not a fighter. And I'm not talking about like go to jail fighter, although I'm both. But you gotta that bounce back game is everybody doesn't possess that. Some people internalize that based on whatever's going on at home or at the prior job. And it's difficult the breakthrough is different.
So I do believe the breakthrough is different, but that breakthrough has to exist.
True.
Because however you get the lesson, so long as you're open and you're keeping the vision, you're going to get a breakthrough. You want to know why? Because nobody wants to die. Yeah. Right? Nobody wants to die. You want to live. Now, if you want to die, okay, then you're going to fall to the wayside. Now, I do believe that there is a responsibility. Like, I'm not a person that I don't have answers, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have answers. Mm-hmm. I don't have answers, but I was born with a fight inside of me, and I know for a fact that I don't like, me personally, and you guys have experienced this with me, I don't like BS. Mm-mm. I'll pull away real quick.
Not period@all.com.
I'll pull away real quick, but I'm also...
It's the look in your face for me when the bullshit starts. Listen, this is nephew. This is how her face looks. And then she goes like, she just is lean back, and she like, she actually exits the building, but you still see her body, and she's like, and this, and the hands go up. I'm like, no, come back. Yeah, you're not with the shits.
And I really feel like that everybody has a space.
Yeah.
And I know for me, it hurts my heart.
Yeah.
When I don't see that we're operating in a space, especially within those things that are naturally given to us, right?
Yeah, but that's why I said again, you have a different spiritual perspective, because the reality is there's good and evil. You know, those are the spirit realm is good and evil, right? There's no in between, right? Everybody is not grounded in that space. And you can be 100, you can be 55, you can be 20. You have to be in tune with that inner person.
So I do believe that the folks that have that fight have a responsibility for the fight that's in them, because it's like, if you know, then it's almost your responsibility in balance.
Sure.
In balance to help those that do not.
Agreed.
In balance.
Absolutely.
In balance, because you don't throw yourself off course. Like, that can't happen, because what are we doing there? But it's like I'm not about to sit here, and a lot of people don't have this in them.
Sure.
And the ones that do, then stand up, because that's your call. That's your cloak, right?
Yeah.
Where if you are in a situation, I'm not about to let my sister fall to the west side, to the wayside.
Right.
I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to see something that's inside of you, and then because of my own fear, insecurity,
yeah.
because people are operating in fear, and they're either afraid that they're never going to get something,
yeah,
or that they're going to lose something that they have,
or not understanding your purpose, and even more so than thinking, I'm not going to help her get that, because you think that's your purpose, but your purpose could be just to help that person get to the next level.
I love it. Like this may be something that is valued. This may be something that is seen as shrewd. It may be, but like when I meet people, I take that very serious. I'm like, okay, what is the purpose inside of you? Because I believe that we do not serve people. We serve the purpose.
Yeah.
We serve the purpose inside of the person.
Well, that's the spirit realm of it.
And
that's
maybe
because the physical person is extremely flawed. And if you don't connect to that space of purpose, and if that is not in alignment, then there will always be discord.
There will always be discord. And I feel like if I'm focused on the purpose inside of you, or it's on my heart, and I'm assigned to the purpose inside of you, because the reality of the situation is not everybody is meant to ride the whole journey with you. But so long as we're in passing,
a reason, a season, and a lifetime.
I'm not about to get in trouble.
Yeah.
On a spiritual level, maybe that's just what it comes down to for me. I'm not about to get in trouble with my higher power, because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do.
Because you didn't check those boxes.
Concerning your journey. Yeah. Because you are me and I am you. So if I'm slighting you, I'm also slighting me. And it's like,
but Mary, everybody doesn't understand it like that, because a lot of people, probably more than we can imagine, feel like, I'm not going to fully help that. I'm not going to do everything.
Of losing.
When there's no competition.
When there's never a competition.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like there is never a competition.
No, there are rules though. You have to know, you have to understand that reason, season, lifetime, because it's not a perpetual always help, and it's not a perpetual always take. You're not going to take from me, because I'll give it to you, but you're not going to perpetually take from me.
Yeah.
Because that's going to time out as well. But you have to be spiritually connected to yourself, and yourself is the higher power walking with you.
And you have different lessons in life, different people in life, where you're going to learn these along the way, because I'm a giver, right? I am an older baby.
Yeah.
So it's like my mindset for a very long time was always to the next person, to the next person. When I left Chicago and had to live on my own, I was thoroughly confused when people would say, so what do you want to do? I never thought about what I wanted to do. I was always like, are you okay?
You were always serving.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? I was confused when I was like, dang, I got a life to live. I don't even know how to do this thing. I don't know how to live my life. I can help you. I can help. So that got me into a lot of trouble. Like
Absolutely.
when I called myself investing in real estate and stuff like that. That got me, like, I lost a lot of money.
Yeah, and
it was
all them takers were right there.
It was, so I had to learn. Hold on.
Look, hold on. We'll be right back. It's the Book of Dawn.
WIFTBPN. The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Beautiful, beautiful, right there, right there. Your body is working me, girl. Come here, come here. I'm not trying to pressure you. I won't go there, I won't go there. But it's something about me and you in the air. Girl, your body been calling me, calling me. Ooh, baby, tell me what's your name? I got a girl and I know you got a man. But what it gotta do with you and me? Nothing. What they got to do with you and me? Ooh, sexy, what's up? You his, so what? I'm not your man, but still get it in. You're not my woman, still get it in. Let's get it in. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. I'm not your man, but still get it in. You're not my woman, still get it in. We can. Let's get it in. That's alright. That's alright. Listen, girl, we ain't got much time. Not long. Not long. 'Cause you know that we both know we gotta get home. We gotta get home. See, your dude is calling you right now. Right now. Damn. And my girl is texting me right now. Right now. Girl, your body been calling me. Calling me. Ooh, baby, tell me what's your name? We're both going through the same damn thing. But what it gotta do with you and me? Nothing. What they got to do with you? Nothing. Nothing. My girl and your guy, they ain't here right now, girl. I'm not your man, but still get it in. You're not my woman, still get it in. Let's get it in. That's alright. That's alright. Let's get it in. I'm not your man, but still get it in. You're not my woman, still get it in. Let's get it in. That's alright. Let's get it in. Let's get it in.
I'm not your man, but I plan to hit the dance floor sometime tonight with you when we can step slow. I'm not talking about love and commitment. I'm talking about 3 minutes of addiction. I'm a little buzzed, keep my glass filled with lemonade and vodka. Come on and dance with Phil. And no, I'm not trying to be your boyfriend. I'm just trying to get it in till this song ends.
I'm not your man, baby. You're not my woman. You're not my woman. Let's get it in. We can. All we got to do is get it in.
Welcome back. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn. That was Phil. Hey, that's hot. Phil Davis in the building.
Not your man.
Man. Wow. And when I heard the rap, I'm looking at you like I'm waiting for you to spit a bar or two. Yeah, we have that Phil on the show. That's a jam. Is that going to be on the playlist?
Definitely.
Okay, cool. He got a
'cause I
couple
can hear that
joints.
again.
Yeah, man. That beat was real. Get a car wash, hit the blockish. That was, you know what I'm saying?
It was definitely car wash.
It was, yeah. And then you make sure somebody's on the block. Okay, you make sure, and then you crack your window, yay, about right there, and just bump it up a little bit and act like you're not looking. After you've watched them walk out, so you can drive by at the perfect time. Yep. I ain't got no problem blockbusting. Listen, you tuned into the Book of Dawn. Off the air, we talked about understanding who you're assigned to. Such a huge, that's a mouthful. That's a whole nother show. Maybe we should have Pastor Chris Harris, because that sermon that I was telling you about, that was who delivered it, Pastor Harris.
Some respect.
It's, everybody's not your assignment.
Right.
And when you have a giving spirit, you confuse that, because you're looking from the perspective of, I'm able to do it, not from, is this my assignment?
Because you can mess up somebody's walk. You can mess up your own. It's alignment.
It is.
It's alignment.
But you have to learn that, right? So in my young 18s, 19s, 20s, I can do a lot of things. So if, you want me to hook you up with that? Okay, cool. Oh, you want this record deal? Let's go down here. Let me pay for it. Let me get this record deal for you. Oh, okay, you want to meet him? Bet I know him. I just operated thinking that the gift was that I did know a lot of people and I could make the connection. And I wasn't seeking things from it. I just felt like, okay, well, I can, you want to meet him? Cool, let me call.
Right.
You want a record deal? Let me pay for us to go down here and holler at these people, get your record.
Right.
That was my thing.
Yes.
But that wasn't my thing. Now, it might have been part of my assignment to get them there, but it was probably not my assignment to stay with them there. And if I had known that on the front side, I wouldn't have been offended on the back side when niggas got deals. And then I was like, the emoji, the lady with the you could actually just shout me out in the album cover. Like, I ain't tripping. But, and then you have people on the flip side, I won't say any names, who want to hold you friggin' hostage to the stuff they did from you. Like, bruh, you cannot hold me hostage because you were assigned to connect me to something.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Establishing boundaries.
Yeah.
And it's very important to know, which is what I was saying earlier. It may seem mean in a way, but it's like when I meet a person, it's like, okay, so I very quickly, right away, why are you here on this earth?
Mm-hmm. Your discernment game is
why are you here on this earth?
Yours too, nephew. You say you're a man of few words, but you're not.
You pay attention.
Oh God,
and it's like the moment that you find out why somebody is breathing, I automatically think to myself, how am I to assist with their life dream?
Right.
And if it's only a little bit, or if it's something that I can help with on a project or something, whatever it is, in this space and time, so long as we cross paths out of all the people in the world.
Sure.
So many people in the world, we got to see, we crossing paths. So
sure.
how am I to help? What am I supposed to learn from you? Or what am I supposed to assist or give? And I find that out from the beginning.
But also knowing that maybe it could just be a meeting.
And it could just be a meeting.
And that's my learning. It's not always to help. It's just a meeting. And so connect. I can't oftentimes I read past and because I can, and you get into that mode of because I can, but just because you can doesn't mean you always do.
I think you have to have intuition. We know when.
I know now.
If I meet you and you instantly remind me of someone else and I'm like, dang, y'all probably should talk, I'm going to pay attention to that and say, hey, you need to meet this person. And I can bow out from there.
I will to a degree. I have been burned so many times, right? So now I vet the process a little bit longer because otherwise I would be a twig of nothing because I really would just be walking around
Yeah, it's a discernment.
Now,
thing
I'm not
for
going to
sure.
hoard my ability to help,
Right.
but I'm going to not be so sure you get it in. I'm not doing that anymore.
And that's a discernment.
Because you have to. There's a process. We're not walking in the door like, oh, absolutely, come on, here, take.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Not
Yeah.
doing it again.
It's
but I'm not gonna hoard my contacts or my
If you hoard,
relationships.
then you hurt. If you hoard, then you hurt.
Yeah. Then you're more insecure. Then you really don't have what you think you have.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You have this big ability to help somebody, and you so busy hoarding
because you're scared.
Yeah.
Like I said, people either they're afraid they're going to lose what they have, or that they will never get it. And that's when that shiesty character starts to show itself. Fear is very, very shiesty. If you have faith and you know who you are, where you are, and where you're going, ain't nobody going to stop that. What you worried about?
Because faith and fear cannot operate in the same realm.
It cannot. Yeah. It cannot. And that's a character building thing. There's no... and then to understand these different emotions that everyone say are to work against you, like jealousy. Yeah. Jealousy ain't no, it's, pay attention to that, right?
Sure.
Because if you find yourself jealous of someone else, it's not because, like, say for instance, this woman is beautiful and now I'm feeling a certain way and she has on this
I don't know that
red.
How can you, I don't even understand the concept that I can like I'll see something, I like that, but I don't know that I have ever been like, I can't even describe jealousy to the point where I'm like,
so
mad because somebody got something. It's like,
but even with that, if you find out that you're feeling a way, any type of way, even for a tinge bit, ask the question, why am I feeling this way? Because it may not be that you got something against a person. It may be that, say, for instance, this lady has on red lipstick and I'm afraid that I'm going to look crazy in red lipstick. Go buy you some red lipstick.
On everything.
You get what I'm saying?
I get it, but I've never looked at somebody else. Now, I'll look at a girl in a nice car or have a nice bag and be like, that's cute. Like,
the bag.
Not like insanely like, I got to have that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you can aspire to have things, but I'm like, I don't want to be. Let me tell you, I'm a hashtag this. You can't be me, and I ain't never wanted to be you. Yeah. So, like, okay,
there isn't a threat ever. There isn't a threat ever. If you see big homes and you want a big home, and you're like,
right, I'm not walking in my girl's crib like her house is dope and saying the whole time like.
You may not even want, or you may not be jealous. You can be genuinely happy for that person,
Absolutely.
but you sad on yourself. So why are you sad on yourself?
But that's what I'm saying. Why? How is that possible? Have you ever felt one of your best friends, brothers, homies, you walk in, sure you're proud of them, you like what they do, but I'm not over here salty because you have some shit.
Not necessarily salty, but sad because you don't have, like, it may not even be about that big house. It may be about the fact that there's a studio in that house and you don't want the house, you want a studio, so go build you a studio. I think that things like jealousy or even things like anger, why am I angry? I'm angry because I feel like there's a certain injustice that's done against me.
So my question is, where does that come from? I've never personally felt angry. I guess I just don't connect to it. And I think that's probably a good thing because I'm not.
Jealousy and anger aren't the same thing. So
but
I don't think it's anger. It's just jealousy.
Or even what I'm saying is that those type of things, when they come up, I think that's a very, very, very fortunate time frame of when those type of feelings may come up inside that you ask yourself, why do I feel this way?
Jealousy
and it will be very
is
revealing.
defined as an overwhelming feeling of insecurity about a potential loss or inequity in distribution of resources. The term is also used to describe a feeling associated with being possessive of another person, such as a partner or a friend. I'm
just saying that when it does, use that as a tool and ask questions. Why do I feel this way? Because you're going to get down to a root component within yourself that's probably going to challenge you to value yourself more and to take action.
So
or things that you really, really want.
Envy is described as a feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. As the verb, it would mean to desire to qualify, to desire to have a quality, possession, or other desirable attribute belonging to someone else. So envy is the other green monster in the room. Jealousy and envy are first cousins, I'm thinking.
I just say pay attention and ask why you may feel that way, because it's going to reveal something about your journey and the action that you need to take about your journey.
Yeah, and there's a fine line, right? Because the fine line would be being able to recognize that feeling, right?
Because you'll start acting crazy. Like people, no, seriously, like you're walking around and you'll start doing, when you're unable to identify these things and take a look, it comes out in your actions. Like people start doing weird things in tiny ways, and they'll come out in the action.
Sure.
So
Boosie
you have to address,
that,
I'm saying confront these type of things.
Boosie said that everybody's insecure about something. And I agree. I'm not saying that I've never felt insecure, but it was never against somebody else. When I took the long route and, dropped out of college and became a mother, was getting money, working and doing stuff I probably shouldn't have been doing. And then when I got to a point and some of my girlfriends had graduated and I knew all along I wanted to, finish, I wasn't jealous that they finished. I directed that at me.
And you understood that I'm seeing this, and for me, I know that I want to go back to school.
And it wasn't like I was attending and gifting, but I wasn't mad that they did it. I just made sure that I did it for me.
And that's a level of maturity and love and self-worth for yourself, because you got right to that's something that I really want for myself, and then you took action. And that's what I'm saying, like a lot of those times, those moments, whether it's attached to anger or not, it's going to reveal something about the steps that you need to take about your own journey.
Sure. You want to see yourself as comparable. Yeah,
Compare to spare.
Yeah.
Compare to spare.
Yeah, we got work to do. We have work to do because a lot of our little youngins feel like that, and that's why they end up in vulnerable spaces like with Miss Sam. Like, that is connected to sex trafficking and sexual assault and being vulnerable.
Else, be somewhere else.
Yeah, a wealthy man or a predator. Like she said, the grooming and the predator, notices a lack in you or something you want and taps into that. And that's insecurity because the homegirl got it. Or not even the homegirl, somebody I saw on the internet. Like they don't even have to be connected to it. Yeah. Or I gotta have the PS. What number are we up to now? Like 99?
I'm so happy that I was like raised in a way that like we were not like wearing name brand shoes, or I didn't even like till this day I don't know what a lot of stuff is, because it's like our value was to be put somewhere else. Like we didn't put it in
I knew what it was, but my mama made it very clear. I'm not buying that ish, okay? I'm not doing that. We went on everything. Yes, I had girlfriends in high school that was all on commercial wearing Gloria Vanderbilt, and that was cute, whatever. Yeah, not so much. I had to work a summer job to buy my leather Nikes to play basketball because it was my sport. It was either that or my Chucks. And I'm in high school now. I can't wear Chucks. Even though I wear them a lot now, I couldn't wear Chucks on the court. Nikes was out. Right. So she was like, okay, get you a summer job and buy you something. Like school shopping, you know what school shopping was for me? You get 3 pair of pants. You can get cords and jeans, a combination thereof. You got dresses with slips, because you just so y'all know, the dress is thin. It doesn't mean I want to see your prints, okay? And a coat. My mother was not the mom who you wake up on Christmas morning or Easter morning, you had your Easter dress. But you know how people buy clothes for their kids for Christmas? That wasn't a Christmas gift. She's like, no, you got your school clothes. And then you had your play clothes. Yeah, she wasn't, we didn't have a closet, baby. We didn't,
See, that's crazy because clothes was a Christmas gift because you weren't getting it throughout the year. You wouldn't get no clothes throughout the year, so that was one of our Christmas gifts.
See, we got toys And we went school shopping at the beginning of the year, and then we went shopping for summer because we needed summer clothes. Like it was a seasonal thing. And it wasn't like 99 things. It was like, here, you got 3 pair of pants. And I'll never forget when sweater jackets came out. I was like, she gave me the choice. You can get the sweater jacket or you can go to Eddie Bauer and get the parka. Me, I want the sweater jacket. It's freaking freezing outside. Why did she let me choose the sweater jacket? But, you know, I learned the next year, and I was right there at Eddie Bauer on Michigan Avenue. Give me an Eddie Bauer backpack and a parka. Like, but yeah, I think maybe because of the way she liked clothes, but we were not going to take ourselves and be the clothes. We were going to wear the clothes. Yeah.
Make it an inside job always.
Yeah. Well, interesting. We could talk about this forever, but I got 2 really snarky things because unlike somebody who might be listening or might not be listening, Mace Jackson. Did I say his name loud enough? Who's up next today? Who's up next? Miko? Middays with Miko? Okay. Miko is on her way up next, so I'll tell you 2 things. Don't be impressed by money, followers, degrees, and titles. Be impressed by kindness, integrity, humility, and generosity. Okay? Y'all need me to repeat that? Don't be impressed by money, followers, degrees, and titles. Be impressed by kindness, integrity, humility, and generosity. And the other thing that I want to tell you is it's a little cussy, kind of like Dawn cussy, right? Stay away from half-ass things. Half-ass stories, half-ass effort, half-ass love, half-ass people, and being half-ass there. It's the Book of Dawn. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow with Slick J. Adams. So good. Thank you for rocking with us. Remember to lead with love. Use your voice to be a positive impact. Tune in for the next page in the Book of Dawn. Mañana. Peace. And when you see this, Alabama football, roll Tide, roll.
WIIFTVPM